Here we go. All right, guys. What's up, Twitch? What's up, YouTube? We're back at it. We're back at it. Oh, I hear myself. Hold on here.
Oh, wait out. Oh, the BrackCast.
Is it working? Why am I not live?
Uh-oh.
Am I not live? Okay, there. I'm live. Good. All right, so this is our 50th BrackCast. I can't believe it.
Shit.
So to celebrate, we're just gonna hang out and drink. I got some bubbly because I'm feeling bubbly.
Wait, is that an alcoholic beverage?
Yes. Isn't it?
Oh.
I thought so.
No, it's not. Is it?
I thought it was.
No, it's like sparkling water.
I'm lying.
Yeah, Sam.
All right, let me go add some alcohol to this. All right, I'll get that. But anyway, yeah, it's our 50th BrackCast, and I thought maybe we would just kind of share some of our favorite snacks, or have a snack time and just chill and talk and catch up because like we haven't seen Krista because she's got a new baby dog.
Wait, what?
In the background. He
I was
is.
like, hold on. What? What happened?
So, all right, I'm just quickly show and tell here. I got some hummus, discount hummus, caramelized onion. I got some flour tortillas that I threw onto my cast iron skillet real quick.
Nice.
Got some McDonald's apple pies because today was Raptors
shit.
fries. Free Raptors fries, guys. Got some Snickers, of course, my favorite. Doritos, nachos, Doritos, Cool Ranch, and
Oh shit.
some Chester's corn twists.
Wow.
All right. I'm gonna open them all. I don't think I'm gonna finish them all, but I wanted to indulge. I haven't snacked. I don't even know the last time I snacked. Let me go get some alcohol. Guys, talk. Catch up.
Yeah.
Guys, this is Ricky.
Nice. When'd you get him?
Just before Christmas, I thought it was gonna be after, but he's a rescue, and he's been doing so well.
So what does it mean when a dog is a rescue?
Like he was a stray in Texas, and ended up in a shelter there, and it was like he was about to be euthanized.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and just because he was scared, and it's like, well, it's a shelter, like of course he's gonna be scared. And yeah, a foster picked him up there, and then I worked with a rescue agency to bring him here.
You've done like previous stuff with pets before, right?
Stuff with pets. Like
No,
we've always had dogs as a family, but yeah.
But you never like done like dog sitting or anything, right?
All
For
right.
other people?
No.
Oh, okay, so I'm thinking of someone else. So like, what's the process for that? So say there's a stray, and then you get a whole bunch of like the guys that round up dogs.
Yeah.
And, like, send them to the pound or whatever.
Yeah.
The pound guys.
Yeah.
And
so
then,
some of them get adopted like right from the pound, and the others get euthanized.
Shit.
And there's a lot of that happening in the States right now. It's just like a lot of high kill shelters, so that's why, yeah, he came from Texas. The process for me to like adopt him was kind of intense, which I think is good. I had to like put in an application, give them all this information, you know, financial, what does my work look like, what do my days look like. I had to do an interview with them over the phone, which was like an hour. And then I had to give 2 references, and they talked to them each for like a half an hour.
What?
Yeah. But it's good. You don't want them to end up with someone just to...
That's necessary,
yeah.
Because I was thinking like, damn, they do like way more intensive stuff than even like a job interview. But then I was like, wait, you're like adopting a creature.
It's for life. Yeah.
So it makes sense. Yeah.
Creature.
That is what it is. Wow. So how
is there like an overall fee? Like isn't it
Yeah.
isn't it? You still gotta buy, kind of.
Yeah. So the fee covers like the transport and all their vet bills. So he's fully vetted before I got him. He's
Okay.
like has all his vaccines. He's neutered, all of that. And then like the transport from Texas to here. So it was only $750, which I feel like is super reasonable. And it's,
Shit, son.
the older dogs, they don't charge as much.
Right.
Yeah.
Is this like definitely a much better route than like, you know, PJ's Pet Store or something?
Yeah. And
Shit.
I was a little worried because I actually got to talk to the foster like through a Facebook group before he came here. So she was able to give me some information. She's like, yeah, he's a little skittish and he has a lot of energy. And I'm like, oh shit, like, what am I in for? Yeah, he gets really bossy and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna have to get some like a behavioral trainer. And
Is
Does he like pee in your apartment?
Pardon?
Does he pee in your apartment?
No, he's fully housebroken.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Is he coming from like trauma? Like survivor? Right?
Well, so I took him to the vet the other week. He's only about a year old. And I found a lump under his arm and on his belly and asked the vet, like, what is this? Like, they're really hard. And she took him to the back and checked him out. And all of a sudden I hear her yelling out, like, can you get the microchip detector? And I knew he's microchipped.
Okay.
And they already found the chip. So the microchip detector picked up these pieces as metal. And she thinks they're from, like, a shotgun bullet.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, you can actually see the shape and the ridges in the one piece. Like, it's, yeah. So he was shot at.
What?
Yeah.
Sorry guys,
He's a
gotta
big-
say a
big
quick hello
scar.
to new in the chat. You're a Lizard Harry is his name. Greetings from the UK. What we up to? We're drinking
You're a
and
lizard daddy.
we're having snacks. Yeah, his name is You're a Lizard Harry. You're a Lizard Harry.
There's a way more. This is bad, but there's a way more racist version of that I saw like years ago.
Oh
It was
no!
funny, like,
You're an
I
N-bomb,
was like,
Harry.
I was like, God damn, yo.
Okay, so sorry.
Yeah,
Back to
that's-
shotgun pellets. You don't know
That's
yet.
crazy.
Nothing confirmed. But will there
No,
be surgery?
And, like, they can probably easily remove it just under, like, a local anesthetic.
Okay.
So it's not an issue for him. It's just, like, wow, yeah, he has been through a lot.
Well, you're a good mom. We see him lots.
He's doing so well.
No?
He knows like a few commands already. He's great in his crate. I've been able to let him like stay out for a couple hours and he's not destructive at all.
How's he around other people or other pets?
Initially
Loud?
around people he was terrified. Terrified of mostly men.
Oh,
So
shit.
you kind of duck down and like tail down in this like squat position. Any big sounds, he would do the same. Dogs, he loves. He loves other dogs. He's great with them.
Cool.
Super calm, but like playful with the right dogs. But over like a couple weeks, he became much more comfortable with people too. So he's doing fine. He doesn't look scared at all.
Nice.
Yeah, you gave him like the bougie jacket and booties.
Yeah. He was so cold.
Oh,
Poor guy from
Right.
Texas to this.
Oh, true. The
Yeah.
adjustment. The shock.
Yeah, do they have furry dogs in Texas?
I'm sure. They
Like
probably
super
just.
furry, like huskies and shit? Probably dying over there.
I don't think huskies can survive. But it does get
No.
cold enough there. Certain areas.
Oh, yeah. Man, that... Sorry, I'm not trying to get morbid, but I'm kind of fascinated with, like, the process behind, like okay, not maybe fascinate. I'm curious. What's like the process behind like euthanizing a dog?
Oh,
Like, how
Like,
did he do it?
do they have to like inject them, or do they like?
Yeah.
I think it's
Oh,
injection.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they fall
I
asleep.
was like, God damn.
Yeah. It's quick. Like, it's quick and painless, they say, but it's needless in a lot of cases.
Hmm. Well, that's kind of like so. Like when you go to a shelter to look for like a dog, it's like, man, if I don't pick this dog, it has the potential to not be here next week, type thing.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Do you want to show him to the world? What's up, Mike?
Yeah. Ricky. He's looking for his ball under the couch right now. Hey,
Oh,
buddy.
yeah. Was his name Ricky, or did you name him Ricky?
No, his name was Hot Roast.
Hot roast.
I had to rename him.
Yeah, whoever named him that definitely be shooting.
Does
at
he
him.
respond to Ricky now?
Yeah. So this
Oh,
is Ricky.
sweet. What's
Wait, is he like?
that?
What kind of dog is that?
Yeah, what is that?
They think he's a miniature pincher mix with like a Rhodesian Ridgeback because
Oh, he's
he
so
has
cute.
his first sticks up on his spine, like permanently.
Oh.
It's a little mohawk. The Rhodesian Ridgebacks do that, so
Aw,
he's
I
bigger
love
than
that.
like a typical miniature pincher.
Nice.
Yeah,
My
he's
old
doing
roommate.
great.
Welcome. When do we meet him?
Whenever.
Has he already met the
Whenever
fam?
see you
He's met
guys.
your family already, right?
Yeah, like I got him just before Christmas, so it kind of
right.
happened really, really quickly for him, which wasn't ideal, but he did great. A lot of rescues would not have done well. You're supposed to give them 1 or 2 weeks just to decompress. Just you and them, like consistent. But yeah, he had a couple days, and then we were seeing everyone and car rides everywhere, and
Oh,
Sticks his
yeah.
head out the window.
it's too cold.
Probably not right now. Sticks his tongue out, just freezes.
He just comes back in. There's no head. Damn.
And in terms of
Well-
like workload for you, it just fits well.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
like
I
I
was about to
usually
say-
have a 1 or 2 hour break in the middle of my day that I come home and have lunch and I take him out and play with him. He's very energetic. Okay.
Yeah, that's my only thing with dogs. Like you gotta like walk them and take them outside and stuff. It's
Yeah,
cold
he needs
outside.
out like 4 or 5 times a day.
Oh God.
What?
Yeah. He's so
Yeah.
small and he like plays a lot and drinks a lot, so he has to go out and
True.
That sounds so stressful.
yeah.
Mike says that's
That's
rough
fine.
in the condo. I guess you're not too high up. Well, yeah.
It doesn't matter. You go to the elevator, go down the hall, like
Hmm.
but he thankfully was fine with all of that too. No messes in the hall or elevator or anything.
Right.
Yeah.
I saw this YouTube video not too long ago of this guy who bought a store lobster, and he's keeping it as a pet.
Fuck.
Interesting.
You'd think it's like a simple premise, but like there's 3 episodes so far, and I'm fully invested in this lobster's life. And he has like a
That's
huge
good.
following. Like he has like a huge fan base now. He basically went in and like he just chose one of the lobsters for food. And then like he like cut the rubber band around the claws, and it took him like weeks to get like motion in the claws again. Like he feeds him like thawed out frozen seafood,
Oh
Wow.
shit.
and he's already upgraded his aquarium. Like he's the size of his aquarium too. And he's gotten bigger and stronger. Like, and he's moving his claws now, and it's pretty sweet.
Oh,
It reminds
shit,
me
yeah.
of Homer and Pinchy. Do you guys remember that episode with The Simpsons where Homer buys a tiny lobster and then raises it? His
Never
original
watched
plan,
it.
his plan was to eat it, but then he falls in love with it, and so he becomes like part of the family. But then he gives him a hot bath and forgets. And he started suddenly he's like, he smells delicious. And that's how Pinchy dies. So sad. Anyway, I kind of think, but then yeah, I think fish would be cool in here, like like an aquarium. But cost for that,
Yeah.
I can't imagine. Aquarium
And then,
pump,
like,
water.
cleaning
heating.
an aquarium sucks.
Yeah, right? I don't know.
Well,
Isn't there like those things? Those pumps?
yeah, but occasionally you have to clean it.
Yeah, you have to like vacuum the coral or the sediments and stuff. That's the thing, the lobster eats everything. So he actually just cleans the tank.
Yeah.
When you drop them in, there's like, you know, some algae and like a bunch of it didn't look like a very clean tank, but by like a week it looked super clean.
Immaculate.
No. Yeah, but cat, right? Deji?
Yeah, he just ran away. I got him for $40.
What?
But
Wow.
he was originally being sold for 20.
Wait, what?
But
they
like,
upsold you?
the owner. No. So what happened was like I was online on Kijiji and I'm like looking for kittens and shit. So I see these 2 kittens are being sold down the street. So I go there and meet this guy. It's like this 50-year-old dude, and he's telling me his life story about how he was locked up in jail for like 30 years and how he like only steals now to feed his like runaway pets. He had like a whole bunch of pets around the house. And so I'm like, I'm just gonna give you this extra 20 because you look like you need it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, my cat's like, he's chilling.
Yeah, he's cute.
Oh yeah, you guys seen him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like,
But yeah, he's
like that guy was a runaway too, and he like what's
No, he was out of jail now, but like
no, sorry, like
just...
what's the origin story of your cat?
Oh no. So he was born to like
One of his cats.
Cat.
Oh, okay.
And then they sold his brother and sisters or whatever, and I got him.
Wow.
On
Is it
day
normally
2.
that cheap?
Or was it day 2? No, it was like day 7 or something. No, I don't think so. Not now, anyway.
Yeah. Anything under hundreds is pretty surprising. Time for some Doritos, guys. What's his name?
So it's Bagheera.
Bagheera.
Yeah, from the Jungle Book. That's his full name, but he just goes by Buddy for short.
Okay.
So I got here some.
Yeah, what you got?
A half of a English muffin, and then some roasted garlic aioli hummus on it.
Hey.
With some.
A lot healthier.
With some cranberry pepper, boar skin cheese, white cheese, and some prosciutto.
Oh, dude, it's like that's some classy snacks.
Fancy.
Yeah, man.
I have chips and Ruffles onion dip.
I was hoping like Sharon could come with her exotic Korean like snacks, but she's busy.
I got some lasagna in the oven.
Oh yeah? Oh, haven't had dinner yet?
What?
You haven't had dinner yet?
Oh, I thought you said from Nigeria. I was like, what?
Homemade.
What? No, I haven't. I had Popeyes at like 4:30. And I just got home and crashed, yo.
Did you read that whole exchange today in the chat from Paul?
No, what was that about?
Okay. Okay,
I
no,
got
I'm
like
not.
the gist of it.
I'm not supposed to name drop. Basically, it was about mental health. How a lot of advocates out there who you know are for the movement. Bell, let's talk for the conversation, but like Paul's stance is like there should really still be measurable
I saw that part.
objectives with these incentives. Like,
Yeah.
is everyone just gonna speak about their feelings? Is that the only goal? But like, there's all these programs and grants and stuff for these projects, but where's the money going? And what's the tangible like result of Bell Let's Talk, let's say, right?
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Well, I understand. Okay, so when you're in like healthcare, medical, scientific field, there is always like an onus to have like, even like financial. There's an onus to have like metrics and like data to suggest that whatever you're doing has an effect, or positive effect, negative effect, like who it's affecting. So if there's none of that, and you're just like getting people to like talk about their feelings, why am I sending you money? Like, they could just write a diary or something. It's like, what is the money for? So
Well,
I get that, right?
Is Bell Let's Talk like, is that publicly funded by like I don't know. I just thought it was a hashtag. But
Oh, they get like monetary whatever for every hashtag, and then I don't know where it goes to.
Right.
People make
Isn't that always the question?
Yeah, I don't know, right? So like, and people make donations and stuff for Bell Let's Talk, and like, yeah, where is it
Actually,
going?
yeah, there are donations. I've seen that.
Yeah.
Or like they'll match everything you donate. Well, they'll match it or something. But yeah, goes towards mental health.
Right.
What a broad statement.
I mean, toward the CEO's mental health. Oh man, I feel much better.
Right.
Maybe.
Oh, so much better now that with all these donations.
In my yacht.
Yo, because like.
Yeah. Okay.
I've heard of. You were the one that was telling me like last week. If you put in like a certain thing in the verbiage. What was the example you used? It was like a company calling their something like real something, or like real chicken or something, but it didn't have real chicken in it. But because their name was Real Chicken, they didn't get in trouble. You were, I forget what it was.
I said this?
Like
I don't know. Last week?
Maybe I have it all wrong. Yeah.
About chicken?
Like it was like on a technicality. So like, but my point in saying that is like, they could literally say, oh, this goes toward mental health, and it's the most like random, obscure reason why.
No.
Or mental health reason, whereas the general public just thinks, oh, programs for people with depression, schizophrenia, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Well, when I first heard of it, I thought I was a fan. I was like, wow, okay, so they are normalizing the conversation, which should be the thing, because like, I mean, a lot of cultures, you don't talk about mental health. Like, religion solves everything, right? So, but now, yeah, I guess it's gotten to a point now where everyone's very, oh, here we go. Dan sent a link. Gotta click it. Let me click it. My clean hand. Oh, okay. Since launching in thank you, Dan. Since launching in September 2010, Bell Let's Talk has partnered with more than 1,300 organizations that provide mental health support and services throughout Canada. They include hospitals, universities, local community service providers, and other care and research organizations. The program had more than 1.3 billion interactions over the last decade, plus raised more than $121.37 million and made 888 community fund grants. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Weird how this year Bell gets shit for it now.
Yeah.
They get. You mean like they're getting they're getting ridiculed? Like people are getting mad at them for Bell Let's Talk? I don't know. Is it that time? Is it February? Is it January 21st? Isn't the third Monday of January like the saddest day in the year?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like the 27th.
Blue Monday. No,
What's it called?
it's in January because it's after the holidays. Holidays have ended and you've kind of come down off of that like high. Yeah, so I think you're right. It's like the third Monday in January.
And what was it called again?
We call it Blue
Monday? Okay.
The 3rd January, eh?
Let's see. Third Monday. Let me see when that was. That
Third
was 30/10. That was last Monday. That was a pretty rough Monday for me. I don't know about you guys.
Was that the Monday fucking that we all got snowed in?
Was it?
I think so.
Oh,
Maybe
Okay,
not.
yeah.
that made it.
Maybe
super...
that was
I
just
thought that was just this past Sunday. This past Monday. No. You're right. It was 2 Mondays ago. It was 2 Mondays ago. So it was.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's true. It was...
Did you know that because I was doing some research after those snow days, people died from shoveling and exhaustion. Exhaustion from shoveling and walking in the snow.
People
I was
die.
like, oh, yeah, they died. They had heart attacks from that. I think they said there was 8 heart attacks from exhaustion due to shoveling and due to walking in the snow. I was like, what the fuck? And what that made me think of is like, can you imagine if Earth, like you know in Dragon Ball Z how the Saiyans train in like 3 times Earth's gravity and stuff like that? So if we were literally like on another planet for maybe like, I don't know, 10 hours or something walking around, there's a potential we could die just from the stress of the gravity.
Well, I definitely wasn't very active over the winter so far. And when I went out to shovel that, I know. And when I went out to shovel that, like, yeah, I got like, it felt like I was exhausted much quicker. Like, I got tired real quick. I got sore real quick. Like, I probably, like, you know, strained my shoulders and stuff. So I can see, you know, for people who aren't very fit, aren't very active, and then forced to deal with something like that, you know, they're not prepared for it. Then they push, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Gotta get to work. Oh shit, I gotta go to work. Shoveling.
That's true, because there's that rush too. I went out like 3 hours in advance. I took my time, but luckily I didn't have to go to work. Like my work was postponed, so like yeah.
Yeah, I live about 5 minutes from work, and I can like no cars could get in and out of my driveway. And I was considering walking. Oh man, I'm so glad I didn't do that. I would have gotten like halfway and been like in agony.
Yeah. I don't think I went anywhere.
Oh, I stayed home. I didn't even shovel the first day. My landlord shoveled most of the first day. I went out the second day.
Yeah. Same.
I don't need to go anywhere. There's still a lot, but like on my side, but you know, a rough way to go is so during snowstorms, some cars would stop underneath overpasses.
Yeah.
And then they think they're safe. They're just like stay warm, whatever. And then snowplow doesn't see them and just like bulldozes through them. That's rough. And yeah, people have died. People have died in Toronto from that, I think. Yeah.
I saw cars the next day buried on the highway.
Oh.
Buried on the Gardiner, like.
Because of the plow?
I don't know if maybe they like broke down and weren't able to get out, and then the plows, I guess, made it build up more.
Wow. Did they die? Like suffocated?
I don't know, like they were pulled over on the shoulder, so I would hope that they were out, but like the car was buried.
Oh man.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Snow's scary, yo. The water's scarier, bro. What? Like a fucking
like the ocean.
New Orleans situation.
Oh. Yeah.
Where it's just water.
Mm.
Never. Can you guys? You guys can swim like well or?
No.
Fairly well.
Fairly well. And you, FJ? No.
No. I can, but not for very long. And yeah, like, yeah, I don't last very long. And I can't hold my breath very long either.
Yeah. I used to be able to. I'm naturally buoyant though, so that's helpful.
Yeah.
It just reminds me of that one time at Kincardine, where we all jumped in at the same time, and it was rough.
God.
And it was rough waters. We thought it'd be fun.
Dumb.
So
that was
stupid.
so dumb.
Never again.
That was
We didn't think.
Scared.
I didn't think it through. It was my fault.
I was
I'll
scared
take the
for a couple people's lives. Like I was like, okay, I'm gonna back up because I know I can tread for a while. You guys go. Like,
because dude, there was only one ladder on the one side. Were you there, Deji? I know you didn't jump in for sure.
Oh.
Were we there that year when we did it?
I think so.
Okay, there were like 12 of us.
Yeah, I think
and
so.
the water, the waves were big, and we didn't assess our swimming skills. I laugh about it now, but I'm pretty sure it traumatized Mish. Mish will never jump in again. Like,
yeah.
Fuck, eh? Like,
I was scared for Mish and Neela.
And Neela, because Mish went on Neela to try and keep her up, and then she was pushing Neela down.
Oh, what?
Yeah, man, it was scary, dude. I was drinking water too, like, cause I knew I couldn't, like, I didn't want to last much longer than them, but I knew I could a little bit. But I was starting to cramp up too, and like, I'm not a strong swimmer, so it's like, I was rushing to get on that ladder too. DayDay was one of the first, because he doesn't swim at all. He had a noodle, and then
oh damn! Oh my god!
Yeah. Yo.
All for the GoPro footage of the flip.
Ugh.
They would have just called the news reporter to talk to me after the incident. Yeah, man, I was standing on the shore. I was watching, like, yeah, let them white people go. Oh.
Well, that's why it's probably, yeah, the pier's closed now. You can't even legally do it anymore.
Oh, god damn, that's scary. Yeah, my dad almost drowned, man, as a young man. He will like tell me that story over and over.
Wow.
How the current just pulled him over and he started somersaulting, and then some random swimmer guy saved his life. I was like, what?
You're just chilling on the beach?
I almost wasn't here.
Hold on, he was just chilling on the beach?
No, he was like out swimming.
Oh, it was okay.
I guess like a wave, like.
There can be like pretty calm water, but if there's an undertow, people disappear. Like, yeah, you never know.
Yo. I'm gonna check on my lasagna.
What's an undertow? How is it created?
The current. I don't really know. I guess like a clash of hot or warm and cold. I don't know.
Undertow. I think I've seen it in Mexico, one of the beaches we had. It was pretty rough. Like, I think it has something to do with waves coming in and then the waves rolling out underneath.
Yeah.
So it's the simultaneous motion of water coming in and out from Yeah. And then it pulls you under. It's pretty rough. You know what I discovered? Doritos with hummus is good.
You guys ever tried this shit?
Boom.
It's fucking crack.
Wait, what is that?
You tried this, FJ? No?
No,
Boom,
what is it?
Chicken pop. Yo.
Sweet and salty. Kettle. Okay, like, what's the flavor? Why is it purple and pink?
Sweet and salty. That's the flavor. Also crack.
My favorite is cooking it on the stove and then putting real grated cheese and butter and salt.
Oh my god.
What?
That sounds rich.
It's so good.
Cheese, butter, and salt.
Yeah.
On popcorn?
Yep.
Oh, what? Man.
Yeah, it's cheese popcorn.
Sounds like I gotta go to the bathroom after that.
I think with what you're eating right now too. Same thing.
Me?
Same deal. Yeah, there's some rich stuff in there, yeah.
With the
Is it clean?
It's a whole wheat muffin.
Is it wholesome?
Oh, the popcorn?
Well,
Are you talking about the popcorn
like
or
the cheese and the prosciutto and...
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah.
I can't read any of this shit, yo. It's pretty healthy. At least the hummus is healthy.
So...
I mean, you got fruits on the cover. I mean, it's healthy, right?
Would you say, Krista, because of your new dog, like you've had a very noticeable shift in terms of like your mood and mental health, emotional wellness?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've been okay with like not seeing people, not being social, cause like he's fun and he like is so cuddly. But it's just like more this week. It's kind of setting in like, okay, yeah, I still need to see people. I still need to be social. But we had like a whole month where I was like, no, I'm good. I don't need anybody else.
No, you kind of need that though. After that, I find you kind of need that after the holidays, man. Y'all was sick of seeing people.
Yeah.
So, yo, get the fuck away from me, fam.
True.
Like, I don't want to say, oh my goodness. Yeah,
I still didn't see that much.
Christmas, that whole Christmas season, I was kind of irritable.
Oh, because you have a lot of family here, right?
Nah, it was just, you know what it is? It's just the whole like craziness about it, like especially with the retail like like the gift shit,
the commercialism
and, like,
about it.
Commercialism, yo, it's so annoying to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, yo, we literally just did this with like Halloween, Thanksgiving, like it's just all fucking commercial bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, obviously the spirit is beautiful and gift giving, spend time with family. That's awesome. But it's just like Black Friday, fucking this, and then this, and this. And then it's like January.
Yeah.
Boxing week, yeah.
I just, the expectations, even with family, like, we have to get together and we have to do this. And, like, you know, my parents are divorced, so it's like, I have to go here and go there. And it's 3 places in one day. And, like, people are sick, and my mom's like, we'll still come. And I'm like, well, like, I want to still be able to work next week.
Yeah, that
got
too.
COVID. Like, I was sick. I was sick right after Christmas.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Was it bad?
Not COVID, though, right?
I'm pretty sure it was COVID. Like, my brother and his wife tested positive a couple days after we got together. And then 2 days after that, I was sick.
Oh, man.
Did you get tested?
Like, no, I couldn't at that point. Like, I couldn't get in for a test. But my symptoms were like body ache, a cough. I was just exhausted. Like, it wasn't horrible, I wouldn't say, but I was just exhausted. And so the symptoms lasted like the full 10 days.
Shit.
And then after that, like, the cough and everything was gone, but the exhaustion lasted for another like 2 weeks.
What about your taste and smell?
Nothing, no, it's fine. Not affected. Although actually there was like 2 days where like everything smelled like chemicals. Like my food smelled like chemical.
Oh.
It was really strange.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're immune.
Yeah.
You got Omicron, and now you survived.
Yep. We're good.
Now we can go travel. Yeah? We can go traveling now?
Well, you can.
Where are you guys planning to go? Like, I think initially it was like Japan and stuff, right? Actually, but that's canceled now.
The original idea was I would go snowboarding for a week, and then upon coming back, I'd go to like the Dominican right after, last minute. And then because Mike and Sharon are going to Korea, and I think DayDay was planning on kind of coordinating with that. They're like, oh, we can go to Japan for a part of that. So then DayDay proposed to me and Kyle, let's do Japan in May. And that would be with we'll join up with Mike and Sharon there too, which sounds awesome. So we would be able to spend like a week and a half in Japan, and then a week and a half in Korea. But with what's happened in the last 2 months, and then the shutdown again, beginning of January, I don't think it's gonna happen again. I don't think Japan's gonna happen anyway.
Damn.
So, but because Japan was happening, I was like, okay, I'll still go snowboarding, but I'll cancel the last minute all inclusive. But now that Japan's kind of out of the picture again, now I kind of want to do the all inclusive again. So if I don't have a lot of work coming back, I might, because apparently it's a lot easier now. Before you had to pay for a test to go, and you have to pay for a test to come back. Now, you don't have to have a test before going. They'll take you.
Really?
Yeah, if you're vaxxed, you don't need to get tested. And
That's dumb.
I'll test
and on the way,
Makes no sense.
and on the way, well, they want your money. If
Yeah,
you're
I know.
vaxxed, they're like, yeah, come. But when you have to come back to Canada, you used to have to pay for that test, but now it's part of the package. Like, the resort will cover it for you.
Oh.
The resort will test for you, and you don't have to pay. But I've heard some horror stories where the resort will test you and want you to be positive, so that
you
they
have to
can keep
stay.
you. Yeah, and then like you have to stay for
What?
another 2 weeks, and you have to pay. But apparently, what I heard 2 days ago or yesterday was certain resorts like Sandals or something like that, maybe Breezes or something, you can stay for free. Like, if you get tested positive, you get to stay, no extra charge. I'm like, wait, what?
Well, I mean, like, Sandals is really expensive, so if you had to pay for another 2 weeks of that, like...
Yeah.
ooh.
There's my salary.
what?
No, I'm kidding. Yeah.
Such a money-making, like...
All of it is.
So annoying, yo. All tests should be free. All of them.
Yep.
Right? Because the vaxes are. Why aren't the tests? Then again, I don't know.
Ah, so stupid. I hate humans.
How are you doing, Deji? Deji, how are you
Man.
doing?
Chilling. I think I'm, I came into the new year with kind of like some intentional, goals to just like organize myself a bit more and kind of just try to figure things out in terms of what I want to do creatively and with my work and stuff like that. So I have this thing I'm doing now where it's like, and today's an example, like every day I section off like a few hours every single day to just do like creative stuff. So like Monday, go to work 9 to 5, and then like 7, 9, I'm going to my boy's house to like work on music. Tuesday, work, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm speaking with this other guy who's a video director, but he paints. And I used to draw like a lot back in the day. So I just hit him up this week and I was like, hey man, do you want to do like 2 hours like weekly every Tuesday or bi-weekly? Just get together and draw, paint some stuff. And he was like, yo, sick.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
You're filling your week.
Yeah, Wednesday night we have the fire pit.
Painting
Thursday
Tuesday,
night is
music
this.
Wednesday, Thursday pod.
And then
Dude.
Friday is kind of up in the air.
Wow.
So, yeah, man. Just trying to... Because I feel like I'm always waiting for the weekend to, like, do all my creative shit. And then because I'm just so tired, I just sleep all day on Saturday. And then Sunday, I'm just like, oh, my God, I have work tomorrow. Oh, God, what do I do? And then I end up doing fucking nothing.
Were you ever, like, into, like, the fitness thing? Like, did you work out a lot or, like...
I did, actually, like... And I'm happy gyms are opening back up on the 31st because we also made a workout group because like that's another thing I want to get back into heavy this year. There was a point in time like where I lived up north in this town called Manitowoc. I literally did nothing but go to work and work out because there's nothing else to do there. So I was in very, very good shape. But since moving back, not so much, but gonna get back into it.
So yeah, have you felt
resistance bands.
like there's been like a very noticeable deterioration in terms of your fitness like a lot of people during the pandemic? You put on weight?
Noticeable deterioration? Not really. No. I mean, I guess I have a high metabolism, so I'm always relatively like this shape, and I'm always kind of on the go, man. You know, so
yeah.
At work, I'm walking up and down like 4 floors all day and shit. Jump back, and I don't really take the elevator. I run up the stairs. So
your diet, you don't you don't overeat, right?
I don't eat enough.
You stress eat? Yeah, okay, you undereat. Okay.
Yeah, I don't eat enough. That's the issue. So I need to like eat more. Probably like 1.5 meals a day on average, which is shitty. What the pandemic initially, that first wave though, it showed me like, and it showed a lot of people like when you're at home, you really only like 2 meals. You know, like 2 main meals. But if you're trying to like do it for diet, exercise purposes, you need to. Everyone has a different regimen program. So I'm just trying to pack on the calories now. And then
dirty
cut
bulk
after. Yeah.
And then cut after. Yeah. I was like,
just bulk and just keep bulking.
I was like, is it to the grocery store? Oh, I'll leave it to score.
I was I think off like I was in that fitness rut for about 10 months of last year. Maybe 11 months of last year. And then finally December hit. What actually happened was I matched with someone on OkCupid. And I just...
Oh, wait. Sorry, I just noticed someone else is in here. Is that Kyle? Oh, shit. Hi, Kyle.
Hey! Hey, Kyle!
Hey, Kyle.
Hello.
Hello.
It's me, Kyle.
Hello. Thank you for coming.
Congrats on your 50th podcast, my friend.
Yes.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, we got to talk about that too. But go ahead.
Right.
You matched with someone on OkCupid?
I matched with someone on OkCupid, and she was super active. Like she woke up at 4 a.m. every day, and she has like 2 or 3 jobs. She goes to the gym every day, and she goes to bed by 7 p.m. or something, or 8 p.m. every night, and does it every day.
Swag.
No, it was like inspiring.
That's swag, yeah. I like that.
And yeah, total like independent woman. So it was a nice kind of boost in like, yo, time to get off my ass, you know? Yeah, and I did. Yeah. Like that was before why did we do this again? I think I wanted to lose weight for something. I forget what. But I ended up losing like 6 pounds in 6 days. Like I worked out twice a day, and I cut even with my intermittent fasting, like my portion, I even cut that by less than half too. Like I went to maybe a quarter of what I used to eat, just for strictness. And I was like, and I wanted to hit it. I wanted to hit like to lose the weight, and I wanted to see it, and I did started to see it, and then I got sick. I'm pretty sure it was just a cold, could have been a flu. But based on what everyone else describes, like aches, body aches, and like a pesky throat, I kept runny nose and congestion, and yeah, I was just tired. I was exhausted. It sounds like what everyone else was having for COVID, or it could have been flu. But it lasted like 6 or 7 days, and this was mid-December, after about a week of being super like back into fitness. And then since then, I have not gone back. Like I have not felt this push. Like my sleep.
I had a really tough time getting back into.
Yeah.
My gym's been open, so I've gone a couple times, but today was the first day that I was like, yeah, I can do this.
Good. And you went.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think snowboarding for me was the like, oh look, something active. Because if it's not, like I wouldn't have done anything in the last month. The only thing I'm doing is snowboarding, which is just once a week. But it's enough to get me tired.
Still really good, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, from my memories of snowboarding, it's very
Physical,
tiring.
It's
I mean,
tiring.
it's because I'm new as well. Because the better you are, the more efficient you are with the energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
As a newbie, I fall a lot, and then I go slow.
Exhausting.
It's
a lot of core stuff to get up. Yeah.
Like one day is enough to just wipe me out for a while.
Yeah. It makes me not want to go back for the rest of the season. But then I never get better.
Oh, it's worth it. It's worth it.
Yeah,
but
my snowboarding experience, like, I've only gone once, and I went on a kiddie hill. And I was like getting my ass kicked by little kids just fucking zooming past me. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I could not like do that shit for the life of me. Like I couldn't stay straight. I just kept falling on my ass. Yeah, man. Anyone that can like skate or like snowboard, I salute you.
No, man, I can teach you. Half an hour.
Nope.
Watch. You're a dancer. You got balance. Half an
That's
hour.
what I thought.
That's all it needs. Yeah.
But it was like there was a disconnect between like what my legs were doing and what my like my head wanted it to do.
Yeah.
But if
It's a mental thing too. Like when you're freaking out.
Yeah.
Like,
you panic.
you're gonna fall.
A lot of it's fear. Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't because your legs are like fixed. So you're
Yeah.
like, oh shit.
Yeah. And yeah.
You can't like just take one foot, like take one leg off. Anyway.
So you I don't know why, but I always pictured you as a skateboarder.
I know how to skateboard and longboard.
So,
like snowboarding
but it
is a
didn't
little-
it didn't transfer too well.
Yeah, snowboarding is a little different.
It's very different.
Definitely different, but I just figured like all of them are because I'm not a skateboarder or a surfer, so I just figured like if I get good at snowboarding, maybe I could jump to surfing easier. But
You would for sure.
Surfing, I definitely want to try.
surfing, I would try. I've tried it once, but you're supposed to learn on a longboard, right? Because it's just easier to attain balance. But I tried just randomly with some friends, and they had shortboards, and it's just really hard to. The waves weren't perfect either. They weren't like nice curving waves that last a long time. It was like you have about 10 seconds max on this board, even if you get up. So it was like try to get up and fall, and try to get up and fall. Another exhausting activity too, if you're new.
Oh yeah, because you got to paddle. You got to like swim.
Yeah, you fall and then you paddle out, and then you try again and fall and get beat up by the wave as you fall. It's fun though. Obviously, from someone that grew up in the sea, it's great.
That would be terrifying for me.
Yeah, I guess.
I feel like I could die.
You probably could.
Well,
Has there been any surfing deaths?
yeah, but where I'm describing it, those waves were it's nice because the waves don't crash onto sand, so they crash onto water. So even if you get the wave right on you, you could dive down. So just head down if you're scared. It's very reassuring. Other beaches, they crash right on the sand. Like they pull the water right from the sand and it just land on you. And then you end up with like sand rash on your forehead.
Oh man.
True.
You have any snacks, Kyle?
No. I mean, yeah, I have some snacks behind me, but I don't feel like snacking.
Okay.
Did you is Warcraft your favorite game?
I guess
Mike is mad far. Sorry.
I guess I would say yes because of the longevity. So I've played with these same group of friends since like 2005. So that makes it a game that I've not dropped. But it hasn't, there's been times where it's not my favorite. Like right now, there are other games that I like more. But yeah, I mean, I guess I'm as diehard as we can.
Did you ever see that live action movie?
No, I have it. I have it on my computer. I just haven't.
Oh shit!
Oh, you haven't? I have.
I heard it was not bad.
I gotta watch that because there's one for Halo coming out.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Oh, yes. Actually, I did see that trailer.
is that the TV show or the movie? Because my friend's an editor for the TV show. For the Halo show coming out.
It's a series.
Show.
You know, I think it's a
show.
series. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a show. Yeah.
It might be like it might not be really long. Like it might not have many episodes, but
Krista's like, what?
What I'm talking about. I just like don't care.
That's so funny.
How you been, man?
I'm there. I'm in there. Still trying to fix this sleep.
You're
Still
rut too.
Hmm?
You're in your rut too.
A little bit. But gyms open up Monday. Fuck yeah.
Okay.
You going? Nice.
Mm-hmm. I'm going.
I thought I was fixing my sleep. So like I don't know what happened. You know, I was completely backwards for a while, and then now I kind of wake up around 6 or 7, and I'll try to push myself to stay in bed from till 8 or 9.
AM or PM?
In the morning, I'll like try and sleep now, but wake up relatively early, like morning, you know, rather than waking up at 4, 5, 6 p.m.
How did you fix it?
I stayed up for a very long time, and I didn't, but it wasn't even like I could stay up constantly. I had to take like basically for a good week, I was just sleeping in 4-hour increments. Like I'd 4 hours and I'd wake up and I'd stay up as long as I could, and then 4 hours, wake up, stay as long as I could, 4 hours. Anyway, now waking up early, getting up, having energy to work and do stuff, and then my fast, because I'm ending it earlier the previous night, I can start eating around 2-3 p.m. But after I eat, maybe around 5 p.m. like come 6, I'm tired. Like 6 o'clock, I feel like I want to go to bed. 7 p.m. So then I can't stay up. I nap for like 2-3 hours. I wake up at like 11 p.m. and I'm like, well, I guess I should just stay sleeping. So I ended up, I don't know what's going on right now.
I did something similar, but the times are different. Like I tried melatonin, and it kind of worked in that it made me sleepy.
Yeah.
So like I would take it. I'm gonna take some soon. So I take it around 11. Like when my granny goes up, everyone says good night. I head down. I take the melatonin, and then I get sleepy, and I'm like, this is good. This is what I want. I want to go to bed at a reasonable time and then wake up at 9 and trade, you know?
Right.
But what happens is, like you said, I get up in like a few hours. So let's say I go to bed at 1, and then I'll just wake up at like 5. And then I can't go back to sleep. So I'm sitting there at 5 being like, why am I awake? It's 5. And obviously I have to deal with my eye thing, because whenever I wake up, I have to do the eye thing. And then now I can't sleep. And then I can't go back to sleep until roughly I'm supposed to be trading. So it's like 8:30 comes around, and now I'm like, okay, well, I could just try to stay up. And then I'm like, I cannot trade when I'm barely awake. And I end up passing out at like 8:30. And then I wake up at 12:30.
At noon, yeah.
And that's the day. And that's what's happening now since I started taking the melatonin. I'm like, how the F do I make myself sleep for 8 hours?
Were you sleeping for 8 hours before?
Yeah,
This
it's
is
like
daytime?
instead it would be like I would go to bed at, let's say, 5 in the morning, and then I would just wake up at 1 or 12:30. Like I would sleep all in one go.
Oh, yeah. Maybe you tried to switch it too quickly.
Too quickly, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
And
dealing with that.
also, I think like everything's set up in your bedroom, right? Like your computer and everything.
No, my bedroom's this other room behind.
Okay.
on this
Yeah.
bed. This
That's
bed here
awesome.
is like a big shelf for crap. I just have tons
That's
of
like-
shit on this.
It's a soft table.
It's a soft table, yeah.
Fair. Yeah.
I'm fucking weak, yo.
This is a bed I grew. This is a bed I grew up in.
Stuff.
What?
I grew up in this bed. Like this is the bed in Trinidad that I slept in.
Yo, that's such a good definition. Yo,
Wait,
this
what?
bed is just a shelf for random stuff.
You brought that up from Trinidad?
Oh shit.
Yeah. This is custom made by my aunt.
Oh wow.
Whoa.
Nice.
It was a twin. There was a duplicate one, and if you see the corners, these things can come out, and you could put a dowel in, and the other bed used to go right on it,
Bunk.
That's cool.
and it would be me and my bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Nice.
cool.
And
Man,
what
there's so
happened
many
was,
cool things.
but we got rid of the bunk because it was just taking up too much space. Although I could have had another shelf.
Yeah, it would actually be a shelf, not a table.
Yeah. But we donated that one. It was a really cool cause where you can donate to just low income families that need furniture. So I figured whenever I donate anything, it's gonna go to that. Yeah, my parents had found it. It was really nice because we got to go and meet the family and stuff. So I got to meet the little kid who got the bed, and I was like, "Oh, that's awesome."
Oh. Nice.
Yeah, that was cool. That was a very long time ago, but it was nice.
You guys all saw Don't Look Up?
I know.
No, yay.
I tried, but I was really high, and I don't remember any of it.
I was just remembering the part where like the Earth's about to get blown up, and then Jonah Hill's character, because everyone's like, "Oh, I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for blah blah blah," really sentimental stuff. And then Jonah Hill's like, "Yo, I'm just thankful for all the cool stuff. Thankful for sick watches and sick cars." Yo, I was feeling him on that shit. Like,
Yeah, why
if
not?
the Earth
Yeah.
was gonna get blown up, there's so much cool shit we've made that would just get destroyed.
Yeah.
Like your story about that bed, I was like, yo, that's dope. That's like craftsmanship. And it just made me think
That's
of that.
right.
Just like humans just make dope shit. But we
Humans
suck.
do make dope shit. I agree.
It's true.
I recently read this thing. Well, I'm reading it. I'm almost done, but it's kind of sad. It's I found out some Trini friends of mine, their friend died, suspected suicide, Tobago, young, beautiful girl, really sad, like 30, and she left behind this like PDF, and they sent it to us like in the chat or whatever, so I got it. And it has some really decent points about like kind of live in the moment, and you know, kind of don't sweat the small stuff, as we say, and look past your problem. Like, you know, it's very interesting. It's especially that other chat that went on earlier in the WhatsApp. It was like these two things that are pointing me in one direction here, and it's very interesting.
Oh, I get what you mean. Yeah.
So it's like, for me,
like
who is not
the
in the
diagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not in my best headspace, and maybe it was just something I needed, but I felt like it was really interesting, and to be more appreciative, which is something that I've tried to do in the past. And so maybe I say this every now and then, like every now and then I lose track of humility and appreciativeness, and I always end up getting knocked down again back to reality. And I think it just happened again. And that's generally a good thing for me. It generally starts something good. And it just happened again, like today. So I'm like, okay. You know, just look at my problems a little differently. Look at my blessings differently. And try to create more positive vibes.
Have you heard of the gratitude journal?
No, but I could imagine what it is.
By the title, yeah. I think it's a daily thing. Krista, you know about that, right? I think you told me about that.
I used to do it.
Is it daily? Like 5 things or something?
I don't know.
But yeah, like I get it.
Things.
I don't know why I haven't really like adopted it. Well, it's just because I'm lazy and I want to write things down. But
yeah, it's just being really intentional. It's thinking about things that you appreciate. Because like you can say, well, I can do that without writing it down, but do you?
But you don't actually even think about it and say,
do you? Yeah.
It's like you take the 5 seconds and then it's gone again. It's just a thought and it's gone.
I had like a dinner with the family of the kid that I teach every week, which I haven't seen in like weeks because of the lockdown. But sometimes they ask me to stay for dinner, and then they practice this. They go around the table. Each person says something that they're thankful for.
We used to do that.
I thought it was cute, but I thought it was corny. But it was cute. I mean, we never. Well, I never did that. Like I.
Well, it is corny. Like,
yeah,
it's nice for a kid, but that kid at some point, he's gonna hit an age where he will no longer appreciate that.
Right.
And then he'll grow older and come right back around and say, that was really nice what we used to do. You know, you get to our age.
That's how it works, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I would listen to the parents, and you could tell, like, obviously what they're saying is very tactful in terms of like trying to engage the kids, like a teachable. But then I can see how maybe some days something might happen to them that day where they're like, well, they talk about something that's really hard for them that day, and then something that they're really thankful for that day, right? But yeah, when it got to me, like it made me have to like kind of stop, pause, and think about how I want to even articulate. Even if it was just a gesture, I'm like, I mean, I was thankful for them, for that family, like, and that's, you know, not just the fact that I'm like having dinner with them there, but they really, the fact that I had that income, you know, just that extra income, I can't even use the word extra, but that income during the pandemic was substantial for me, you know, and it was even, and I also realized too, like, the interaction, you know, it was weekly, which is otherwise I wouldn't have anything. Like I have this, which is to an extent it is fulfilling too, but it's not the same. It's not the same as like meeting with somebody and like engaging, and like I'm with this kid too, and I started hugging him too. I even told his parents, I'm like, I started hugging him. I hope that's okay. And they're like, yes. I'm like, yeah, I kind of like, I feel like I want to build now more than just this mentor. Like I want him to know that he can hug me too. Like, because I think the kid, when I watched him, how he hugs his grandparents, or at least his grandpa, one of his grandpas, like you could kind of tell when there's like a squeeze, like it's like a needed, like they actually wanted to hug that, not like a forced, like, go hug your grandpa, or like, you know what I mean? And I saw it, and I was like, I recognized, okay, this guy treasures this moment, even if it's like this brief little squeeze with his grandfather. And then, yeah, I think with COVID and everything, it kind of complicated like FaceTime and stuff with them, or like at least meet time with them. But I saw him every week. So then, I don't know, I was just like, all right, man, you and I are gonna start hugging every week. It's not like, it feels more like even like a reciprocated hug than it is with like my nephew and my niece, obviously, because they're so young. But like with my niece, she knows it's a forced one. She's like, it's not the same way she hugs her mom, you know? Like how she hugs me is not the same way she hugs her mom, but I could tell from this kid. It came to a point where, like, when the kids went to sleep for the dinner, when I told the parents, like, yeah, I'm hugging him now, and they're like, oh, we love that, thank you. And I was like, do you guys hug him a lot? And they thought about it, and they're like, you know, maybe not enough. I'm like, yeah, I think you can hug him more. I think you should hug him more. I think it'll help him. And you know, it's that kind of like observations I think that they appreciate from me, because I listen to him. I really do. I listen to this kid. He's important to me. So even that relationship, to feel like I was responsible for someone, like, and I cared for someone, and I wanted that person to like succeed and excel, was good for me. Like, it was like I needed that. And yeah, I haven't had that in the last month. So I've had nothing except snowboarding in the last month. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you find like having to take like care of someone else and put someone else before you will actually do like pretty good things for your like just being, you know? Like having to be like a caretaker, or what do they call it? A guardian, you know? That's dope, man.
Should get a pet.
But sometimes, like, yeah, 'cause sometimes we're just all caught up in our own worlds, and we have to, you know, step outside of that and care after someone, or just, you know, take on someone else's perspective. It really can be like what we need to do better in our own lives. I was thinking about what Kyle said, like, because I sometimes feel like that. Like, I'm just so caught up in like my own world and shit. And then you get like another perspective on what someone else is going through. You're just like, man, I need to be more grateful. You know, I need to recognize what I have. Like even stuff as simple as like cleaning. Like I hate cleaning, but it's like I was reading this article where this lady was talking about, okay, you need to be grateful for the fact that you even have a roof over your head to like clean stuff. And I was like, oh shit. I legit remember like being worried about having like a place to live like not too long ago, you know, when I was like in and out of jobs and stuff like that. So it's like perspectives, man, perspectives.
Yeah, I like that. I also like cleaning.
Do you guys?
Me too.
It's almost therapeutic for me.
It is.
Yeah. When I'm in the zone,
see the result, and you're like, yes.
But not
that
if
is
you
a clean ass toilet.
If you have tasks or work, and you also have to clean. It's like you have like deadlines. You gotta finish work, but you're like, this place is a mess. I should probably clean.
I haven't felt that way in a while. Shit.
I get it. I get it. You guys find yourselves like catching your resentment, or like you go through this rant and you're like, well, wow, that was a lot of resentment just now. You guys ever get that happen to you?
I think for me, I'm always aware if I'm resentful, and I try to always express it like to myself privately before I like do something, like go off on like a resentful rant. I'll be like, man, like I really don't like what this person did, blah 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 blah. If I can fix it, I'll maybe try to make amends with that person. But if it's like a lost cause, then I'll just like be super aware of it, and I just will own that resentment, you know? Because sometimes I think you do need to. We have a full range of emotions, and sometimes those emotions are legitimate. You know?
They're valid. I do think they're valid. People, yeah. You know? It's just the extent of how far you take it, and like how much is it really affecting your mood.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
I've felt angry for a while. Again.
Like recently?
Yeah. I'm irritable, and like I have low tolerance, I think, lately. And I think it's stress. I think it's kind of due to work, as well as like the lockdown kind of atmosphere.
Me too, honestly.
Before it though, it was a lot of loneliness and sadness. But lately, anger is creeping in, so it's like I'm a little. I don't know. I am aware of it and I notice it, so at least that I recognize it. But I'm hoping this trip does me some good. Like I need to get away from this setting. I'm here so freaking much. Like,
I think it'll do you a lot of good.
Yeah,
I want to leave too, but I just can't. But
yeah.
I think about it a lot. I'm like, that all inclusive would be real good right about now. But then no. But I've been like getting in like little stupid like bicker fights about stupid shit like with my dad, say. And I find myself having self-talks later in the day like you shouldn't do that. Like it's basically me trying to tell my dad when he's wrong or telling that he's not necessarily right, that he doesn't know exactly what he's talking about and he could Google it. And then it's always like, well, let's see if you're right or not. And then and like, because he'll just say stuff as gospel. And I'm like, you don't know that. And so part of me is like, he shouldn't be like that. But then if I get into these fights all the time, he thinks like I hate him.
Yeah, and we can't change our parents.
Yeah, exactly.
We cannot.
So he's come down like a couple times in the last few years, like basically asking me like why I hate him or something like not that bad, but like what's your problem with me or whatever. And I'm like, Dad, I'm like, I love you so much. It's just sometimes, right? And I try to word it, and then so I have to tell myself like, this guy, he's not young anymore. He's gonna say these things. You probably should just laugh it off. You probably should just be like, yeah, great. I didn't know that. Thanks for telling me. You know, just go with it. Because I used to do that a lot more as a kid, like as a teenager. I'd just be like, oh yeah, Dad, sure. Like he kind of know I'd say it sarcastically, but like he knows I don't believe him, but I'm not like
challenge it.
I don't challenge it. I don't be like, let's Google it and find out. You know, like so like even tonight, he's trying to bring up who played who in a tennis tournament. Like, oh yeah, and that was when Sissy Pass played this, that. And then my mom's like, no, I think it was Medvedev who played, you know, so and so and so. And then I'm sitting there like, they could just Google it if they want and find out who played last year in the quarterfinals or whatever the hell they're talking about. And I'm doing the same thing. So I'm like, just let them say whatever. Smile it off. So like I legit did that like an hour ago.
Oh shit.
So you know, it's that. It's like a practice in that for me. And cause like FJ said, I've been irritable, things have been just setting me off. And it feels bad. Like if I snap at my parents, I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing? This is why I like the gym. I could snap all I want in the gym because it's me versus the weights, right? Like I take it out on the weights and it's great.
Yeah.
Can I ask you about that process of like challenging? Does it feel like you get gratification if you're right? Like what's the incentive of the challenge?
I just want my dad to be okay with being wrong.
Okay.
Or okay with maybe being wrong. Don't stop trying to think you know everything about everything. Okay. And it's more like that. It's like, why do you think you're so smart? What makes you so smart? What makes you like you're not one of those freaks that remembers everything. I know these people exist, but they're geniuses. Like they're probably autistic savant, like those ones that are just like they don't forget anything with dates and weather and everything. Like I know these people exist, but my dad ain't one of them.
Do you think anything from like why do you think he does it? I think he's programmed that way. Is there maybe like insecurity or something being wrong? I don't know.
He's always been kind of a know-it-all. It's just when I was young, I believed everything. So when he said something, I'd be like, oh, I didn't know that. Right? And then you kids grow up and realize like, hey, you might not know all that. Yeah.
It's got to be an interesting dynamic shift for him too. To be like challenged by someone who used to take his word as gospel. You know, it's probably like an adjustment that he's also had to make, you know.
I'll tell you one blow up. This was crazy. So last year, I challenged him on something, and he came up to me and was like, "How come you don't believe me with anything?" And I was like, "'Cause I don't believe you."
Oh, shit.
You know, like you don't know this thing that you stated. You don't know that. And I basically said, we were talking about physical stuff, and I said, yeah, you know, my friend's dad, like he'd go swimming so much, he'd be so fit, and afterwards he'd stand on his head. He'd go against the wall and stand on his head to let the water come out his ears. And I was like, oh, that was so cool. I'm like, I tried that. It's hard. I can't do it. And my dad goes, I can stand on my head. It's easy. And I go, okay, you don't know you can do it anymore. It's not easy, Dad. And he's like, I could do it. It's easy. Because now he's like in a mode of like, I'm going to show you I'm right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Dad, I don't want you to go and hurt yourself trying to prove that you're right. Just don't. You don't know if you can do it or not. I don't think you can, because it's really hard. You didn't seem to believe me when I said it's really hard. And anyways, things escalate. And I say, you know what? Show me. And he's like, you want me to show you? Yeah, sure. I'll show you. It's easy. I go, okay. Pick a wall. And he goes back to the wall. And he fucking can't do it. He's trying. He's falling down. And then he keeps trying, and I say, stop. Like I said, I don't want you to hurt yourself because of this stupid argument we're having. So tell me, was it easy or not? And he goes, it used to be a lot easier. I said, yeah, when you were like 21? He's like, yeah, when I was like your age. I said, my age? I'm almost 40. I can't do it. I said, I'm pretty sure I used to do that when I was a teenager. I'm pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure if I train enough, I can do it. But that's after training. And then we end up talking. He sits back down and telling him all this stuff. And I'm telling him all these, like, you know, you kind of have delusions of grandeur. Like you think you're the shit. Like you have to understand that you're not. You're old.
It's cold.
Like,
God damn.
Like I don't. Look.
No, that's sometimes you gotta. You know what I mean?
If you think DayDay's blunt, I can be pretty damn blunt too. And so, you know, we had that, and it was like a coming to truth kind of thing. And he basically said, just let me like think. Just let me think some stuff sometimes. And I was like, oh, okay. I can't promise you that, but I'll try. And that's how it ended.
Okay. Okay.
So since then, I've been like legit trying to just you know.
Like, does that mean like when he asked, like he's basically asked like humor me sometimes? Is that
yes, kind of
okay.
like just humor me, like just don't disagree with him all the time.
Go along with some of it, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I can't promise you that, but I'll try.
Yeah, I want to say like as a father, I mean, I'm not a father, but I want to say like as a father, it's probably a not, I don't know if emasculating is the word, but it's probably kind of like not great to have like your child like give you cold like medicine, you know, like give you like honest reality, because it's supposed to be the other way around. So that can be like incredibly embarrassing. And what I've realized lately is
Oh, I know.
human beings have a very weird relationship with truth. It's like there's so much evidence of like people willingly believing like misinformation, even though in the back of their mind they know it's not real, but because it provides them like a comfort, they're good with it, you know. And I'm starting to realize like this is a very like normal human thing. So like that probably also goes into play, because while he was arguing with you like, oh yeah, it's easy, in his head he was probably like, yo, this is like, I'm gonna like I'm gonna fucking fall on my ass, but like
I
I have to,
I
you know.
think I disagree. I think
Yeah, I think he knew. I think he thought he could do it
because he's remembering doing it as a younger person who is very limber. Like my dad, he's like a second, third dan black belt. Like he was very fit, very athletic. And I tell him that, I'm like, you were really fit. I mean, he still looks great now. He looks great. I told him, I was like, you look great for someone your age. You are over 70. This is your 72nd year on this planet. You're not,
man. And he tried a headstand. Damn.
Yeah.
Like like a triangle headstand.
Just the one where you put your
forearms.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Forearms. Oh, forearms are even harder than the hands. Okay, yeah.
Man,
against the wall, or just like
that's
free
hard,
against the wall?
Against the wall.
Against the wall. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Deji. Yeah, thanks.
Holy shit.
That was my original point.
Here's the thing, man. I feel like I'll always be able to do a windmill.
See, you might have a very similar talk with your kid, and you're 70 years old, and
maybe not at 70.
Your son's like, yo, windmills are so hard. You're like, easy, man, easy.
I can do it right now.
What? I can do it right now. You can show me.
Break my hip. Oh, the hip injuries are so bad. Yeah, okay, yeah. I probably shouldn't try it at 70.
Yeah, I tried to do a Russian like a month ago.
What's that?
Like, just like a Russian is like the ballet move where you just jump in the air and fucking like touch your toes and shit.
Oh,
okay. I tried to do one of those, and I was pretty good at those, like, because I have a huge vertical. Yo, when I say I almost like tore my ass in half, I was like, I gotta relax. I need to get back to the gym and stretch. Yeah, it's crazy, like time, man. It just kind of passes by, and your body's like, oh shit, I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Mike says, I'd feel like shit if I wanted to show something cool to my son, but I couldn't anymore. LOL.
That's why you keep the videos.
Yeah.
And you show your kids the videos. Look at your dad. Look at your dad in this video. I used to do that.
Choose less physical hobbies. Rubik's Cube.
Well, I will say
that's smart. That's smart.
My parents love Wordle, so I got them on Wordle.
Hey, okay. Oh, I should introduce that on the news. My parents.
Like I told them about Wordle, and they were like, "Oh, we saw that on the news," and then they're hooked now.
Actually, yeah, I think my fam would like that. I'll introduce them tomorrow. I don't want to do it.
Wordle?
Yeah. You see, they post their scores every morning when the new day comes. That chat just fills up with all these screenshots.
I was so confused. Like, what the fuck is this?
You should start it. It's really fun.
And I did some research, and I was like, oh, word games.
I feel like words. Like I already was doing crosswords almost every day with my family.
True. My mom likes I Is it Wordscapes? It's called Wordscapes?
Oh, don't say word search.
I don't think it's word search. I think it's Wordscapes. Even what's Mike saying?
I gotta send you guys this
I could solve
podcast.
it in sub 15, but your fingers can't. Mike's mind can solve it, but his hands can't. It's like arthritis.
You have arthritis? Oh, I'm getting arthritis for sure. For sure. That's 100% for me.
Yeah. Stick with I can solve it, and you don't have to solve it. Yeah. I don't know.
Krista, how's your grandma?
She's good.
Cool. I miss her. I think back to that weekend sometimes, like that was an awesome weekend.
Miss who? What's happened?
Was that the November one? October one? November?
No, it was probably September.
September? Was that long ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like cold, but not. It was just no snow. You know?
It wasn't off.
Dan went in the lake.
Yeah.
Are we talking about Kincardine?
No, my.
No, they went out after.
Oh. I see. I gotta send you guys this podcast. It's Joe Rogan interviewing this guest, Johan Hari. Talks about loneliness and depression and just like the war on drugs and how it's all bullshit. And a lot of the issues with society and drug addicts is like a failed social environment that leads them to just seek other sources of substances that will allow them to not be present in their life. It really gave me like a different perspective on just like why people use drugs. It's like a lot of that has to do with not wanting to be present in your life, wanting to anesthetize yourself. So, and he listed loneliness as like, you know, when you don't have a good social structure and you're like lonely all the time, it's going to cause you to not want to be present. So a lot of the strategies that people use to help drug addicts is they give them like, you know, good working environment, good job. They just build their community, right? So that they have, you know, people to talk to and things to do, and they're not so like, you know, troubled and isolated and all they want to do is drugs. I think you guys would find it really interesting.
Is it recent?
I don't believe so.
Is it before Spotify? Because I probably saw it.
Maybe. He's like this British guy. He's talking really fast, but
Johan what?
Insightful. Johan Hari. JOHANHARI. Yeah, he was talking about a study where they did it was a rat study where I think they gave they gave a rat cocaine, and then they gave two rats.
Oh yeah.
Two tubes of water, but one water had like cocaine in it, right? And then they put these rats in like boxes, and then they found over time the rat always, like, basically the data showed the rat always went back to the water that had the cocaine, right? But sorry, maybe I have that wrong. Sorry.
No,
it was one rat, and I think one cup had cocaine, one had normal water, and he kept going back to the cocaine. And then they were like, okay, so rats, they like cocaine, whatever. But then they did some additional research, and they were like, what is the social environment of this rat? This rat is in a dark ass box, has nothing to do. So obviously it's gonna go to the water that, you know, makes it feel high or whatever. Then they did a different experiment where they gave two rats, one with cocaine and then another one with cocaine. But one rat was in like a dark box and the other rat was in like a rat park where there was like shit for it to do, had like friends and shit. And it never really like went.
I think it is it was a control group, right? There were two
Yeah.
rats, right? And they got them both hooked on cocaine, right?
Okay.
So they were both lonely. This is what I think. I'm trying to remember as well, because I think the experiment was you have 2 cages now with 1 rat by itself on each of them, hooked on cocaine. And then they introduced rats, like family rats, friends rats, to one of them. And that one recovered. It stopped taking the cocaine and then played with the other rats, went to the water, got off cocaine, like all on its own. And so that was like, look, you give an addict a good environment, they will drop it, because they can fill that void with friends, basically, with love. And then the other one by itself obviously wanted to die, so it just kept taking cocaine. I'm pretty sure that was it. I think there was a recovery. It was hooked on it already, and the proof of concept was that it cleaned itself off with other rats. And notice the other rats didn't take the cocaine to begin with either. It was there for all of them to take it. And it was just one of them that was hooked on it. And then it just like decided not to take it anymore. It's really cool.
After that, I was like, yo, I gotta start hanging out with people more, because I'd be like avoiding people a lot of times too, because I'm always so busy and I feel like I never like get enough alone time. But after hearing that, I was like, man, like maybe I need to change the way I'm thinking a little bit and like try to like intentionally make time to spend time with other people, so that I'm not so like irritable when I don't have my alone, so. But yeah,
I'm like that too. Like I would describe myself more as an introvert, because I really like to be alone. But I knew since young that I also really like friendship. I really like doing things with people. I really like talking about stuff, like, I like social things. But if I were like, let's say, on an all-inclusive with a bunch of friends, after that trip, don't talk to me for a while. Like that's a lot of interaction for me, even though I like it the whole time I'm there. Near the end, I'm like, I just want to go home and be by myself for like 3 weeks.
Same.
Like, don't talk to me. I'll come back. I will come back to the group. And that's generally what I do. Like I don't say nothing. And then eventually I'll be like, hey guys, what's going on?
He's back from the shadows.
Like, oh Kyle, you recovered? Sort of. Whatever.
Well, yeah, it's draining. Like being around people for a lot is draining for an introvert. Anyway, for an introvert, like. I know. Yeah, people, I think, observe me as an extrovert because of like, how I am around and like on social media or on my persona or whatever. But I know I get drained being around people too much, and then it's like I need my alone time too. So
yeah, that's real. That's a real thing.
So I realize I'm really introvert. I'm really more of an introvert.
It kind of goes back to the whole balance thing as well, right? Like, just don't be extreme in any way, or try not to be, because that's when things will get hairy. Like when I used to spend 16 hours in World of Warcraft every day. That's not good.
16.
Even though I'm talking to people like my online friends, it's still not good.
Oh shit!
Like I you know how you said people go to drugs to like stop existing,
to not be present in their life.
I'm a firm believer that video games are a drug for a lot of people, including myself, who was depressed, dealing with a bad breakup, and I threw myself so deep into WoW. Like I didn't want to do anything else. I wanted to live in Azeroth. Like if Sword Art Online existed, which is Krista, it's like, imagine you could go into virtual reality, but it'll just take over your brain and you think it's real. Like if that existed, I would have done that, like 100%, and then I would have probably died because I didn't feed my body. Like my real body would have just died.
Dog, just give it 20 years, man. The metaverse is here.
Well, I know it's probably coming.
It's gonna be all immersive.
Yeah, and I'm scared of that, really, because
Bruh.
someone like me will actually do it and die.
I was hearing like now, like you can go to like courtside NBA games from your couch. Like,
oh yeah,
Oculus and shit.
That's sick.
I'm like, bruh, it's over. Like
no,
we're
I
done.
saw some footage of that, and it looked amazing.
Yeah, we're done.
Like
bro.
that's such easy an easy thing to sell, because really it's just data coming from a camera, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they could just sell that and like,
Yep.
that's genius.
Bruh.
They just have to take the data taken from someone wearing an Oculus at the game.
Yeah, man. Society's gonna get really interesting.
Courtside NBA finals. Every game.
Bruh.
Pretend you're Spike Lee. Like, dope.
Yeah, the immersive thing is gonna get really it's really gonna change the dynamic of how we interact as a species. Cause like at some point most of the interaction will be virtual.
Yeah, but if you can still, if they've programmed it enough to where it feels like reality, then what's the difference?
We're still physical beings though. We have like we're physical beings, so we need to exist in a physical world.
No, but that's the thing.
might
If
turn
you,
out like the Matrix.
if you, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like with Matrix, the
You'll
brain
have a- you'll have a
synapse, you
group of
still
people.
have your reaction to it still feels physical, even though it's not in reality. Like,
Okay, so I guess what I'm saying in a general sense is like overall we're gonna see an overall decrease in physicality. Just with that, you know,
Yeah.
Like that animated
already
movie?
happened with video games, cell phones. So like if you're talking about like this is gonna go over my eyes now, yeah, like bro, I don't
I'm
have to
for
like
it.
pick up the phone. Like,
I'm
just
for
like,
it, man. If you imagine, like, you know, for that to happen, there would still need to be some sort of streamline, like, you know, like poverty and like hunger would probably be addressed before that.
what?
Pollution
I
would.
don't think so.
I think
I don't know about that,
pollution should be reduced. Well, like if people end up moving towards this experience through virtual reality, including taste, right? If it's just hooked up to your brain, so you enjoy taste in this virtual reality, then you just need basic nutrients to survive while you're plugged in. So like I see like ideally everything would be like plant-based then, and everyone's just get like this goop that they don't know is being fed to them while they're plugged in, like Matrix, just goop. But in the VR, they're eating whatever they want. They're experiencing whatever they want. They're tasting whatever they want. So it's like it's more sustainable diet. And it's you get all the nutrients.
Who's running the VR? Who's running all of this, and what are they eating?
Me.
Oh man.
They'll make robots that do the stuff in real life that they can control in the VR. So they
We're doomed, yo.
I try to understand.
they'll be plugged in too.
Yo, we're doomed, fam.
They'll be plugged in too. Just they'll be admins. So they'll just be controlling the robots that are fixing all the stuff in the real world, like all the servers and stuff. Anyways,
deep.
you said 20 years,
God.
but then... Oh,
You're done?
Yeah.
Thank
Okay,
you
good.
for coming.
Like, it's
Good night.
Good to see you. I think it's far though, because a true sort of online, you need to control nerves and like what your brain perceives with nerves. And I think that's
far.
so far.
That's like, okay, yeah. No, I agree. I think like the visual headset thing is kind of like the next leap, and then the neural thing is what's after that.
Yeah, that's why in the Matrix it hooks up to your brain. Like that's the only thing that makes sense. It's like a thing that connects your brain
Yeah.
So you trick your brain into all the movements, all the feelings, all the smells, all the tastes, all that shit is brain stuff.
Yeah.
So, and it's just so like we're nowhere close to that. So it's like I see it. I honestly don't think something like the Matrix would be in our lifetime, but never.
Not in our lifetime, no, because like you'd have to map out the brain. Have we?
Have you heard of?
I don't think we have completely, right?
Have you guys heard of these machines that regulate like speech and like for people who have like epilepsy and like neural damage?
Mm-hmm.
Like these things exist. Like I literally had a patient who he had a machine that regulated his like nerves or whatever in his brain. When the machine broke down, this dude became completely like incoherent. He had no control of his motor functions. Incontinent. Bro, they took him to the lab and fixed this machine. He was like a brand new person the next day. Talking, having normal sentences. Oh, hello, thank you. Oh, man, it was fucked up. Bro, like this shit, it's not that far, man. Like, it's not that far. I give it another like 20. Like,
I mean, technology has come a very long way in 20 years, so
yeah,
you very well could be right.
Yeah, man.
And I'll just go along for the ride. Like I'll live as long as I can, man, to see
I'll
what
welcome
happens.
it. I'm never gonna be a first adopter only because I'm cheap. So I would just wait till it's affordable when it's on clearance.
Hey, if I can get some lab rats, I might volunteer.
I can plug in the Matrix. Oh yeah, trial.
You might get fucked up and die though. I mean, depending on where my life is at that point.
What a way to go!
Like I was thinking about like doing that Mars colony people too, because I was like, what am I missing down here? You know,
want to
like,
be one of the first up there?
No wife, no kids. Like, why not? Why not just go to Mars? Fuck.
It's true.
The red planet.
Mike proposed a decent idea of just moving to, close to a mountain, and then just like dedicating myself to just really running like just a YouTube channel. I don't know, outdoorsy snowboard, whatever,
That's
lonely. Like live somewhat near Blue Mountain or any other hill, like a hill with.
I would like go to Alberta or something, or BC, and live close, and then bring all this stuff, and then dedicate to like just YouTube, like actually, something like that.
But are you living like isolated, or are you like near are you in a town or something? Because
it would be
in like Banff.
Yeah, Banff,
Jasper, or Whistler.
Like Whistler.
Yeah, because if you're like a private instructor, you could film your students. You could make a whole, like a series of growth with students or whatever, and then they'd be cool for them too. They'd be like, "Oh, cool! I could see myself getting better and better." There's ideas there. I mean, I haven't seen much content like that. I mean, you never know. Just go out if you have a bunch of ideas, then I say go for it. Like if you have a bunch of ideas for content that you think will appeal to a wide audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, nothing's really holding me back besides, is that what I want to do? I don't know.
A lot of people get married there too, man. I mean, you have that.
Yeah.
You got the wedding photography in the summers and spring, whatever, and then winter.
Oh, like a destination wedding.
Well, yeah, like anywhere. People get.
Oh no, I don't mean like. Yeah, I don't mean like get married on the hill. I just mean in.
Yeah. Even
like
wherever, whatever city I go to, people get married. Like they're gonna get married. So it just. I used to think that I was building a network here. Client wise.
Oh, Doug.
Well, actually, by the end of last year, I was shooting for 3 different places now, and they
cool.
want to continue that. And then the beginning of this year, like a week ago, a 4th place contacted me. They heard about me through the other 3.
Sick.
And they're looking to like bring me in. And I like, yeah, it's weird because like I work for them, but really they're my clients because they pay me to you know, like I feel like my clients aren't really the end user unless you know they hire me directly to shoot their event. Now my clients really are my contractor is Doug's my client. Yeah, like like those are my clients now because like I invoice them, you know. And it's
isn't that like moving up?
It is.
Like when you move up so that your clients are now contractors, that's like a bigger step. I feel. Or is it better to have your clients just be people getting married?
Money wise, it's better for me to do all of it, like, and for me to contract it. Like I make way more.
Okay.
If they were my clients. The good thing about working for as a contractor is I'm much busier. I have more work. I just don't get paid as much. Because it's ideally for sure is my own brand, and I'm busy. Where people like, yeah, I want it. Like one of the things I hate. I got asked this today. I mean, granted, I haven't spoken to this friend in years. Or like, you know, we don't really keep up with each other. But I mean, we're on Facebook friends, you know, like you guys know, like this is my life. Like I am a videographer. And one of my biggest pet peeves is when someone messages me on Facebook or WhatsApp or whatever and they ask, "Hey FJ, do you still shoot weddings?" And like, "Do you have your own business or do you work for others?" I'm like, how do you not know? Like, how do you not know? I get so upset, like in the moment.
You would say it grinds your gears.
Yeah. Internally, I'm just like, man, why do people not know this? It's like, yeah. Granted, all they needed to do was look at my Facebook. But even though, when they message me on Facebook, like it says it right there in my occupation. It's like, what are you asking me for? Anyway, I lose it a little bit. It's like, man, what am I? Yeah, that's my fault. That's technically my fault.
Just playing devil's advocate a little bit. For some people, they might just be asking that question as kind of like an icebreaker. I feel like some people like might know, and it's like, okay, I think he still does this. Let me just. It's also like
I haven't talked to him in years.
Canadian thing. It's like, let me ask him about it. You know, like people are just weird.
That's true. A lot of things are like, are all these people you know?
Yeah.
Okay, that it makes more sense in that way because it's like you haven't heard from them in a while, and they're like, "Hey, you still doing that photography thing?"
It's like Dwayne Wade going up to LeBron, and be like, "Hey, still play basketball?"
Oh, so there are other photographers asking this?
No, sorry. It's okay, not
no,
Dwayne Wade.
No, it would be like LeBron's high
Fans,
school
like it's
friend or something. Yeah. Hey, you still shooting the ball in the hole?
Still part of that league, you know, Nuba. Anyway.
I mean, if you were a goat, FJ, it would be like that. A goat of wedding photography.
Yeah,
I do kind of understand it though. I kind of feel the icebreaker vibes is what Deji is saying.
I never thought about it that way, but
you still doing that photography thing? Like...
I would much rather though be like, hey, we have this event coming up, or like, oh, my cousin's getting married. Like, I just want them. I want you to know I sent them your website. That's what I want to hear. Like, I want to hear that. I don't want to be like, hey, you still do photography? Yes, and then I link my website, and then okay, I'll send it to my cousin. Yeah.
Sorry, even the way you said that just now, it sounds like something like a stranger would say, as opposed to a friend. like, hey, I blah blah blah. I have this event, something something something. You know, like it. I kind of get it now. Like as a friend that to you in like a while, it would feel weird starting off with like the business thing as opposed to something a bit more like
Okay,
introductory.
I never thought about it that way.
What would make even more sense is if they were like, "Hey, FJ, how you doing, man? How's the family?" Doing the photography, even more of like a, "How's it going?"
Because people are,
How you
like,
been?
Because like it kind of goes back to the being like having gratitude thing. Because like everyone is living their own life, right? Like everyone is the main player, main character in their own life. So
The nucleus.
it is like an effort to take yourself out of yourself and like put yourself in someone's shoes, and not everyone is doing that all the time.
Yeah.
So like that's why in your life you're like pissed off all the time. You're like, man, this shit sucks. But then you get a glimpse into what someone else is doing, and you're like, oh fuck, I need like, you know.
Yeah.
So like they might just be in their own world too, and like might not necessarily like know what you've been doing all these years, and see, oh, it says FJ's a photographer, but I don't know if that's just on Facebook or and he's like actually doing something else, you know. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
But
Fair. I can.
What I thought you were gonna say is like, hey man, can you do me a favor?
Yeah,
I'm
can you
like,
shoot my wedding for free? You're my friend, right? Like that. Whoa.
Because that's happened to me. Like, oh, you're gonna charge me?
Oh.
Yes,
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
I guess in Trinidad it works like that too. It's a lot of things are about connections in Trinidad, from getting jobs to hookups for anything. Like weddings are a big deal too. It's like often it's got to be someone you know and give you best price. Basically, like how close to free can we get this? But I mean, actually, I guess it was more like that when a long time ago. I think now it's understood. Like now that Trinis know the standard that wedding photos are at now in the world,
Right.
because I have a good friend that is a wedding photographer down there, and he's bringing, because he has family in Canada too, and he's bringing the talent and that level down there, right? So now like they basically have the same. Like he's got the drone like you. He has like wicked drone footage now in weddings and like really fancy, cool stuff. And I think now, at least if you have the money, in Trinidad, you can afford like the best.
Yeah.
Obviously, that you're in a minority already if you have the money for drone photography for your wedding.
Right.
Is there a lot of like white people in Trinidad? Like I guess
It's a good bit. Honestly, I think like white like British descent, I would say there's a bit. Like I went to school with a Hammersmith, right? That's like British. And like you talk to her parents, they sound British. But, yeah, they're like England white. But I think most of the paler people are what we would call Syrians, but they're really like, they're probably more Middle East.
Yeah. Syria.
But they may not be Syrian descent at all. We call that whole family Syrians, like Aboods, and they have very Islamic last names often, Zakur and such, and that's. But those are like the white kids that I had in my class, and a lot of them would be Syrian, because I went to school in a private school, so I was part of that middle to high class when I was a kid. That's why I was such an asshole.
Was it like ever?
That's purely not why I was an asshole, but like
you're posh.
was-
What?
I was like, yeah, I was blessed because there were people in the school that weren't. And thinking back, like their parents must have. I remember one kid. He had 3 other brothers who all went to that school, and their dad was a taxi driver. Like he must have worked his ass off just to get his kids in that school, and he was bullied by me and other people because he was poor. He wore like, he had, let's say, this could be an exaggeration, but let's say he had 1 shirt and 1 pants, right? That he wore all the time. He probably had a few, but just to say, right? Like I had a whole bunch of shirts or whatever that I would choose from and pants and for my uniform, right? And we as in the cool kids, you'd make fun of the poor kids, and that's what happened. It was fucking terrible. Yeah.
How did you like grow out of that behavior?
Well, I think towards the end, so like towards grade 6, I was still an asshole in grade 6. So basically what happened is I moved to Canada, and then my sister died, and that is when everything changed. Because I came to a country, I'm no longer like cool. No one even knows what I'm saying. No friends. Like you have to start from nothing. Very humbling. I did not feel like I was the shit at all, like I did when I was in Trinidad. And and then with my sister's death, like just the whole world changes, and the lens through which you look at the world changes. So I guess that's a sort of a glass half full kind of thing that you can consider. But yeah, that I was a bully, and I was an asshole like all the way up until I moved.
Yeah, sometimes like you just need a shake up in life, man, to just teach you some shit. Life is humbling.
Yeah.
I think Dave Chappelle said life is humiliating. Life can be humiliating sometimes, man. But sometimes it's just what we need,
What's the point, guys?
To life?
What's the point?
That's a good question. That's the question, isn't it?
I'll give you my
Why are we
mom's
all
answer.
here?
Your mom's answer?
My mom will say, it's to help as many people as possible. And I keep thinking back to it. I'm like, fuck, I'm not helping anybody.
Is that like altruistic? Is that the word? Altruism?
Kind of.
Like the purpose here is to like, it's for the species, for humanity.
It's probably just to spread love and kindness, and you will receive it, because that's generally the belief. If you want it to be treated kindly, be kind. If you want someone to help you when you're in need, help other people when they need you. And it's generally been like what she always comes back to. Like, what are you doing with your life? Go help some people. I'm like, fuck.
I'm gonna throw a curveball in that argument, just to play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
So you guys believe in balance, right? You guys believe in balance?
Believe in it, like as in like it's default, or like is it something we should seek?
Maybe both. Like balance in the sense that it's default, like it permeates through everything in existence.
Like osmosis.
Okay, okay, I'll go with it.
And then like what the second part, and then we should seek balance, right?
But if it's automatic, why do we need to seek it?
Well, some things you can control, and other things you can't. The things you can't will balance out. Like, let's say luck.
Okay.
So I think that too. I think luck in life tends to balance out. Sometimes you just feel so unlucky with shit. And then something super lucky will happen. And you're just like, I guess that's just luck balancing out for me.
Okay. So that all goes back to the first point, but do you believe like that's necessary? Like the bad luck is necessary in order for you to appreciate the good? Or do you believe that, or do you believe like it's good luck all the time? If something is good all the time, is it actually
what?
Good.
If something's good all the time, is it actually good?
Example.
Sex, for example. Like sex
is
good, but should you be having sex all the time?
right.
But like,
obviously
why
not? Talk to Balzarian.
If you're a nympho, right? Well,
he talks about sex like he had so much sex that woman didn't do nothing for him. You know, like
does that sound like balance?
No, for sure.
Not at all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it goes back to my point. So do you believe like the negative is also like necessary in order for you to appreciate the good, and in order for there to even like be good?
But are you saying that because there's, let's say, at least in Balzarian's position, he could choose to have sex all the time. I can't. Let me try it. I can't. So if it's up to choice, why would you choose something bad just to have balance with a good? Why would you ever choose to do something bad? Like, let's say things are really good in your life and you're like, things are going too good, need some balance, so let me do something bad. Like, I literally, when my sister died, I had this fucked up thought that she was so good, that's why she died. Because all my family was saying they take the good ones early, she was an angel, and that's why she died. So I'm thinking I cannot be good all the time. I have to do some fucked up shit sometimes. And I did. And I had this mentality for years. Until I was just like, until it became a point where I'm like this, I'm talking about it. Like, I can't remember when it stopped. But it stopped at some point, and I was just like, you know what? When I was small, like, I used to think, I used to consciously say, like, I would go to a friend's house, and my mom would say, call me when you get there. And I'd be like, yeah, of course. And I thought, I'm not going to call. I'm going to be a rebel. I'm not going to call my mom. She's not going to know anything. And then I'll just show up back home like some odd hour, and she gets all mad at me. And then in my head, I'm like, this is balance. So I'm not being so good. I can't be too good. I might die. Isn't that crazy?
I mean,
so
in the context of what happened to you, it doesn't sound crazy. It sounds like you were trying to rationalize trauma. And like,
right. But it's also in response to your question about balance. Like, okay, I'm trying to balance how good of a boy I am.
Well, okay, so that was kind of like a sub question. My going back to the original question I asked, which is, well, no, the question that FJ asked, which is, why are we here? I think.
Right.
And you said, I think you said to our purpose is to like spread goodness and kindness and stuff like that. And I just
help
wonder,
as many people as possible. That's what my mom says.
Yeah, and I just wonder, like, and this is just for the sake of argument, if others people's purposes are the opposite
to them.
Like other people's purposes for being here, not even necessarily to them, because like I think the whole purpose thing is like, even though we have an intention about it, there is sort of like a predestined kind of script already written. Even though we do have some control, I do feel like in the grand scheme of things, like our paths are already chosen for us, right?
So that's that's your philosophy, which is
Yeah.
determinism. It's like
I mean, I don't know. I don't necessarily want to label it. I just feel we have like the ability to make choices and stuff like that, and to carve our own path. But I believe like, that path is like already kind of like carved out for us. So that goes back to my like argument. Like if one side of people's purposes for being here is to spread hope and kindness, what's to say like the other side of this group over here isn't to cause destruction, pain, and hurt? Because going back to the because you often hear people say like the universe is different. It's not necessarily good or bad. It's just indifferent. And I wonder like sometimes like just like why are human beings so like bad, and why are we so
I mean, if you're wondering if there are bad people in the world, there definitely are. If you think about who's running the world, they're not good.
Yeah.
Like the global elite are not good people. And they're probably the exact people who you're talking about. Like they think their purpose is to, under the guise of saving the world, they will kill a lot of people. Yeah. and enslave billions.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they sit on a mountain of undisclosed wealth because they have all the money. They have literally like hundreds of billions or trillions of dollars, right? Like they could do whatever they want. And do they want to solve world hunger? Clearly not, because they could have done it already. Do they want to heal the sick all over the world? Clearly not. It would have been done already. So I mean, so yes, in a way, when you say there is balance, I guess so, because you got all the power in the hands of a few and everyone else, and I guess that's the balance. If you look at it on a scale, like the one side of the scale will be extremely heavy, but it only has like 100 people in it, and then you got 7 billion people on the other one, and the 100 people are winning. They're heavier. So even in that case, there's no balance. So I guess it goes back to what my mom says, which is more along the micro level, which is in your own life. Forget about the global elite. Just help some people in your community. Just go help somebody that needs it. There are enough people here. There are enough people in your community that need help.
Does that stem from like the ideal of karma?
No, because karma, when you picture the word karma, you say, I'm gonna do some good, so some good happens to me. Yeah. This is more previously altruism, which is selfless. Just do good because you are blessed enough to be able to do good.
Yeah.
Like if you are available and you have the skills and you have the resources to help, do it. Especially in my case, you're sitting down there playing video games. How many people could you have helped already? Right.
I think it was
very good point.
I think it was another Joe Rogan episode. Hey DayDay. Nice background.
What's up?
The city lights. So another Joe Rogan?
Yeah, where they were talking about there's actually been like a study, like a whole like generation of like young men that have been like lost in the like workforce due to video games. I gotta do some more research on that, but like Apparently that's a thing. Like it's a noticeable like gap, and it's like strictly because of video games.
Mm.
Okay, have you seen Eternals?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
I don't care though about
Okay.
spoilers and shit. I don't care.
You know, the Celestial is planted in Earth in over millions of years. Basically, all the living things that are produced on the planet are there to basically feed the Celestial at time of birth. Right? Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the Eternals are there to ensure that it happens. That the Celestial, when it's emerging, it's being born, it has all the energy from all the living things on the world to consume so that it survives. And then from that, it's a passing on of energy. It's part of like that cycle of life. The Celestial is born, and then from the Celestial it makes more suns and planets and all that stuff, and then eventually like whatever. So in the movie, the Eternals start to choose like the importance of the humans. That the humans do good, like that they have significance where they shouldn't be sacrificed for the Celestial. But the Celestial says like, well, it's part of the cycle. It's like this, it's like a passing on of energy, passing on of life. So when you look at the universe being indifferent or whatever like that, it's more like our existence is insignificant in the universe. Or like we've tried to find meaning in all these things that we do. But really, in the end, there is no meaning for like the human existence. Right?
I think about that sometimes, and I feel more religious sometimes, just because when you picture how vast the universe is, and it all comes back to like the odds that humans would evolve on this planet are like so slim, and that they would evolve into tool making geniuses that can harness power from the sun and the waves and you know, petroleum from the ground, and end up with a civilization with technology as good as ours, that us four people can now unite in different homes and talk to each other on a screen that is being broadcast to the rest of the world. Like the probability of that happening in the vastness of the universe is just so small.
Is it?
That I feel like it's a miracle. And it brings me closer as an atheist to believe in a higher power.
Why is it like anything multiplied by infinity is like infinity? So the odds, as you said, is minuscule.
If it's infinitely small, so you multiply an infinitely small number by infinity. Super duper infinitely small number.
What are you guys talking about?
Is it infinitely small though? Like,
are you not high, DayDay? You gotta be high for this.
I
didn't
get
get the
what Kyle's
memo.
saying, and I get what
It's a
FJ's saying.
Thursday.
I get what Kyle's saying, and I get what FJ's saying, because like the way you just described it now, Kyle, was like, even I was like, God, like that's actually crazy, like that we like were able to do all that stuff. And then when FJ said that, I thought about this picture that I saw of a sun in comparison to our sun, and 1 million of our suns could fit in that sun. And then they showed a picture of another sun, and 1 billion of that sun could fit in that sun.
Saw that.
And I was like,
I love that shit. I love that shit. It's so cool.
I was like, yo. Yeah, so we're like, yeah, both sides. I get it.
Yeah, I get FG side's
balance.
more like, it's more like a chimp can, if you give a chimp enough time with a typewriter, it can print a Shakespearean piece or something like that, right?
Hmm.
Like through randomness, if you give it enough time pushing random keys, a monkey can type out a Shakespeare play.
Okay.
I think it's kind of like that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, we're obviously that one in whatever that number is,
Yeah.
but just because it could happen doesn't, like, that's a miracle too. If
Yeah.
a chimp wrote Shakespeare, show me that. That's a miracle. And so yeah, then I'm just like, that's the only thing, because not a lot of things would have me believing in God and stuff. But when I think of that, I do sometimes. I say, okay, there must be something. There must be something out there in this infinite universe. Then I start thinking about aliens or something. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe we're a life form that was created by aliens, and they're just looking at us, and they're just like, look at these idiots.
We're like pets. Yeah.
Like we're like the lab rats with the cocaine in the water. And they're like, let's give money to like 100 people. Let's give all the money and all the resource and all the power to these few people, and let's just see what happens. Hey, the chances of that happening are the same as us existing. So
Yeah.
Man.
Well, imagine. Okay, so you used the ingenuity of our technology and our evolution, even with our civilizations. But if you take it back a million years ago, when they were basic as fuck, humans were just living things, part of all the other living things out there. But maybe they had fire.
I don't think there were humans billions of years ago.
I just said a million. I don't know.
Oh, a million? Okay, yeah.
A million? Yeah, right? Like Australopithecus or Neanderthals, whatever.
I think a million would get, yeah. I think there was some there.
So like
maybe, I don't know.
So they were just animals. So like back then, so God wasn't involved yet? Was God only involved when we started becoming like intelligent? Because the realization that you start to tie in God was our ingenuity, our innovation, and our evolution. But that was only within the last couple thousand years compared to history.
I mean, I don't know how many times God has done this, because we don't know.
Right.
He could have been doing this with billions of other worlds, for all we know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it is infinitely big.
Infinite is a big number, dog. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just fun to think about sometimes. Not to say I'm not an atheist no more. I'm just saying it's sometimes.
Start to consider stuff. Yeah.
This life is strange. Life is strange. This world is strange. You start thinking a little extra.
You want to know what's really crazy? The world too is infinitely small.
Yes. Yeah.
There's the quantum realm with cells and shit.
Right.
Like, just on your hand, there's like a galaxy in here.
Yeah. And now we talking Men in Black, you know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Man, you got like
in your pupil. It's like you got a solar system right in your eye.
Like literally.
Actually, I used to think that too. Like the atom was just one of the solar systems. An atom is a solar system with the sun in the middle and a bunch of planets around are the electrons. Like
it's a cool relation.
Yeah.
I remember the end of Men in Black when it zooms out and like it keeps zooming out until it gets to like these two giant aliens playing marbles.
Yeah.
I was like
that was pretty sick.
That was so cool as a kid to see that. That was mind blasting.
Yeah, we're like,
I think
we're specks. We're viruses, just smaller than COVID. To like,
can you imagine?
To like this
yo,
one.
That little thing is affecting like billions of humans.
Mm-hmm.
Like lives. I mean, not necessarily that they're sick, but just like the world in general. Like little fucking tiny ass COVID molecules.
Imagine our universe. I'm gonna use the word our. Our universe is just one living thing in like a much grander scale.
Right.
It's our universe. Like not even our galaxy or whatever, but
Yeah, because a lot of people they follow the theory that the universe is expanding, but I'm like,
yeah.
you don't know that.
Well, it's being
could just be there.
observed.
It could just be there in a marble. In
Right.
some alien's marble.
Isn't it
Yeah,
being
it's
observed?
all
I
scale,
swear,
isn't
like
it?
it's they're observing that it is.
It's all just a matter of
Physics
scale.
and
Isn't it?
math calculates.
Because we would look at these aliens as God, but it's just an alien. It's just another higher
Just
being that we
basic.
would call God.
It's just a basic TikToking alien.
Oh, lad.
Can you imagine?
Well, DayDay, what you doing?
Huh?
You
What
have
doing?
any snacks, dude? How are you
I'm
doing?
not
How's your
really
year,
paying attention.
man? I haven't seen you in a long time.
It's good. I mean, it's only been what 3 weeks. Oh no, this month is almost done now.
Almost a month.
Yeah, it's good, man. I started waking up at 4, so
4 in the
I-
morning.
yeah, and then I go to the gym. I eat breakfast, and then
Hey,
I try-
Jim. What?
and then I started this week actually. So it's been
what
pretty
prompted
good.
that?
I had a day on I think it was Sunday. I just fell asleep super early because Hiji was working this past weekend, and then I ended up falling. I meant to take a nap, but then I ended up sleeping at like 9, and then I woke up at like 3:30, and I was like, if I go back to sleep now, then probably gonna be hard to wake up at 6. So I was like, I just got up, and then I was bored, so then I went to the gym, and then I
That's
made
good.
breakfast, and then I traded before work, and then I was like, oh, this is not bad.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so I've been doing that every day. It's good.
Since
So you
Monday.
should sleep like soon then.
No, tomorrow I have the day off. I'm going boarding.
Hey, what?
Yeah.
All right, getting warmed up for next week.
What's next week?
You gonna join me, Mike, and Warren and Sharon
What? Where are you guys going?
to BC?
You guys go to BC next week?
Me, Mike, Sharon, and a couple friends are flying to Kelowna.
Oh, right.
Warren, I think, will be there already. I think that's what he said, and then he'll meet up with us there.
Where's Kelowna?
British Columbia.
I don't know. Hello.
Kelowna.
No. BC.
Well, I mean, that's where we're flying into. It's still like a few hours to drive to the mountain from there.
Is the mountain not in Kelowna?
Nah, it's 3 hours out. 3.5 hours out.
Oh.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then,
Which mountain are you guys going to?
so Red Mountain is about 3.5 hours out. We're gonna spend the first 4 days there. Transfer to Big White,
Oh shit.
which is at that point it'll be 1 hour out from Kelowna. So
Damn,
then
dude.
the last day we only have to drive an hour back to Kelowna to fly out. So not as bad.
And you guys are there from when to when?
2 to 10.
2 to 10.
Sorry, 2 to 6 is Red. 6 to 10 is Big White.
2 to 6 is
Red Mountain.
Red Mountain, and then 7 to
6 to 10.
10.
Like we're transferring on the 6th. So 6.
Oh, you guys are moving on the 6th. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
6 to 10 is Big White. Yeah.
Big White. Where is Big White? Oh, it's like right there, right above.
Mhm.
Damn, dude.
2
That's
hours
awesome.
away. Yeah. Should be cool. Come on out.
That's
You're
too
right
far, dude.
there.
That's a 7-hour drive from here.
Oh yeah, you'll have to take the plane. I would suggest the plane.
The plane, senor.
If it was Whistler, I would have driven, but man, I don't know. That's rough.
Yeah, don't drive. I wouldn't even suggest driving to Whistler from you. How long? How
Are you
far
guys
is
just,
Vancouver from you?
3.5.
Yeah, so that's 6.5. Like that's a lot.
My cousin did that before.
Like Bellevue, like where I'm here, and then Whistler is like here, and where you guys are going is like here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. It's closer to the Rockies.
wow.
Are you guys crashing at Airbnb or?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, me and the 2 others. Mike's gonna stay with Junie and David.
Oh, I see his
David
friends.
Villar. Yeah. His high school friend, I think.
That's cool.
You remember them, right, Kyle? Junie and David. We went camping with them when you
yeah.
Yeah.
Good peoples.
Yeah, they're super cool.
I did not know they were from BC.
They weren't. They moved there just last year.
Yeah, they're really cool. When you said it, Junie and David, I was like, that sounds really familiar. And I'm like, but I don't know Mike's friends. I'm like, yeah, that camping trip was bombs.
T Lake, right?
So glad I was fit. I was fit for that.
T Lake.
So glad.
Yeah.
I would have been wrecked if I wasn't in shape.
Yeah. So have you lost weight already, DayDay?
Oh, I just started this week. What the heck?
Jeez,
So-
Jay, give him a chance.
What?
Talk to me like 3 months, maybe. But,
Well, yeah, the diet has to change too, but yeah.
Yeah, because DayDay doesn't do crash diets like you. You crazy mofo.
Yeah, I
It
can't do
wasn't
that.
really crash.
I can't last with
Pounds
just
in
one
one
meal
week,
a day.
That's a crash diet.
I sustained. Anyway.
Yeah, at first it was like it was really tiring. The first day was super tiring, and then because like I would get super sleepy around like 4 p.m. and that's like one of the peak hours at work, and I was like falling asleep. I had to turn off the camera for the web meetings and stuff because I was I was so tired. Yeah.
So
But,
you need more like a little later, like not 4 a.m. What about 5 a.m.? Maybe that's
5 is too. It's not enough because then it's like 5 to 6, and then I gotta make breakfast, and I only have half an hour. I have to start looking around like 5:30, like to see what's going on pre-market and stuff.
8:30.
Yeah.
So
usually.
you give yourself an hour of pre-market.
Yeah.
That's
Just
great.
to like read the news and like figure out like see what's if anything's happening that day ahead of like what's if there's any earnings or anything like that or
So
news.
Did you catch the Blizzard acquisition?
Oh hell no, dude! I was not even paying attention to that stuff.
Because imagine if you saw that news, because it would have been all over Reddit and shit. Like,
Oh yeah. I mean, I was just like everybody else. I found out afterwards, and I was like, oh,
yeah.
okay.
Wait, did you
Oh,
say
me too.
Blizzard acquisition?
No, Microsoft
Activision-
bought Blizzard, Activision,
They bought
Microsoft
Activision,
bought
which
Activision,
Yeah.
owns Blizzard. Yeah.
which owns Blizzard.
Oh, Activision owns Blizzard. I thought Blizzard
Yes.
owned Activision. Oh.
No.
No.
Activision's
Activision's huge.
Yeah.
Oh.
They came. I remember when they bought us. I say us when they bought Blizzard out, and it was like no. And then you see the influx of all the microtransactions
Mhm.
slowly just infiltrate all of the games. That's
Yeah.
That's Activision. And then you slowly see all the old guard leaving, just one by one.
Yep.
But
Oh.
the good news is a whole bunch of those that left teamed up, and they're two game companies now.
Oh,
I
really?
forgot their names, but I'm waiting. I'm just waiting because their games are gonna be fucking balls. So I'm just waiting to see what they. It'll probably take a few years, but it'll be quality.
So, DayDay, in terms of your progress,
Yeah.
like notable improvements in the last quarter versus half year.
I don't know about quarter, but December was my best month ever.
Nice,
Ever.
congrats, man.
So I was like, holy shit. And then this month is like, it's okay.
So is it because December was just predictable?
A lot of sales you caught.
No, I think
lot of
what the difference was maybe I took less trades than I would usually do. And I increased size instead. So
Cool.
yeah.
Which is more
But-
confidence in your decisions.
I did that. I think I tried doing that to kind of just force myself to not take iffy ones like I usually do.
Like lower your risk.
Yeah, sort of. Like I tell myself, okay, if I can only do 3 today, then would this be one of them? And if it's like, then I just let it go. Whereas before, I gave it a try,
Oh
percentage wise.
man, I've been looking at so much poker, and there's so much like percentages, right? Because they always they always show the percentage, and I'm like, it's funny because you play poker and you do the same thing almost. You look at a lot of variables. You look at how they're betting. You look at their face, how they're moving. You look at what they did on pre-flop, flop, turn, like and they're all variables that you decide what to do. Do you make the bet or not? I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
And there's a lot. Sorry, I was just gonna say there's a lot of professional poker players that are traders. Like a lot.
Poker's so hard though. So I find that so much harder because it's like with other people. And
yeah, you're against the person. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, and then you have to be able to read their like, I don't know, like body language and all. I can't. That's above my pay grade. I can't.
I know. So I'm like, I love that. So I'm like, I also agree with you. I would say it's harder than trading. So I'm like, I just gotta, it's gotta try.
You're gonna try poker?
No, trading.
Oh, I see.
But like, I have to do like.
Yeah, what's going on, man? Why haven't you? What's going on?
It's sleep. It's my. It's my sleep and it's my eyes. My eyes are fucking me up.
Your eyes?
Yeah, I have this. I have this thing where my eyes dry out and my eyelids basically stick to my eyeballs, and then.
What?
Yeah.
No.
And then basically what happens? It's been like years. I'll be honest.
But, years.
Yeah, but I've only found out like exactly what it is. I used to think I had a rock, like pebbles in my eye, and I would wake up and I thought the pebble would scratch my eye, and it would be so painful.
Oh.
And I thought I had pebbles just floating around my eye. That wouldn't
that's
come
not
out.
good.
So I thought this for years.
What's it called?
It's called map.fingerprint dystrophy or something like that. Something, yeah, you could Google those words and
I see it.
Yeah, map.fingerprint dystrophy, something like that. And basically what it is if you allow your eyelid to rupture that membrane on your eyeball over and over and over, the surface of your eye starts to look like a fingerprint or like a map. Like if you look at pictures.
Yeah.
So my eye doesn't look like that yet, but what happens is I wake up in the middle of the night, let's say to go pee. And if I open my eyes, it would rip and it would just be excruciating pain. And so what I have to do to deal with it is that I have to walk to the bathroom with my eyes closed, and I have to get water and splash my eyes, and then slowly I can open my eyes. And I have to do that every night. So it's kind of been fucking me up.
Do you use eye drops?
I can't. My eyes are very sensitive, and I've tried eye drops, and they just make my eyes really irritated and puffy, and I cry a lot because like I feel like my eyes are trying to get out whatever's in the eye drop. And it's just like constant tears. And so it's messed up, man. But
it's an incredibly common but frequently overlooked because of a range of problems in the eye. Okay. And it flares up occasionally for a few years and then goes away on its own with no lasting loss of vision. That's good.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to deal with it with the water thing. But if you rip it a lot and it looks like some of those pictures where it looks fucked up, you may have to get surgery.
Oh man.
To like laser off like the scar.
Yeah.
And then you'll heal a new one.
Would like the LASIK and stuff, would those help at all with this?
I have no idea. I don't think I don't know. LASIK is curving the lens of your eye, so I mean maybe. But
how long does it last when you like get it? Usually,
like if it rips, if it hurts, like a while. Like the pain lasts
like
a while.
hours.
No, because once I get the water, because even after it hurts and it's like you still got to get water in. So as soon as you get water to separate, I feel like it starts to heal or something. Like the pain goes away fairly quickly. But it's, imagine like you're halfway through your sleep, you wake up to pee, and now you're in pain. Now you have to like stumble to the washroom and put water in your eyes. And now you got water on your face, which is basically wakes you up. So then now I have to be like, all right, well, I have to try and go back to sleep now. And it just, so it's tough. So I'm just trying to, I've been trying melatonin to try and sleep earlier. But I was explaining to Deji and FJ that it kind of backfired in that I would sleep at like 1 instead of 5 a.m. because my sleep was all messed up. So if I fall asleep at 1, I would then wake up at about 5. And I can't.
4 hours?
Yeah, for about 4 hours. And then I can't sleep again. And I would say, well, if I could just stay up, kind of like you, like maybe I'll just stay up and I could just be super tired, but trade. At least I'll be up. And I never make it. Like,
oh yeah, because it's 4 hours.
Yeah, so I could try to sleep. I can't sleep. So now I'm just rolling around in bed. And about 8:30, I crash. So it's like, fuck.
Damn, dude.
So I've been in a little battle with my sleep. Yeah, because I had it in my head. I'm like, January, all my family leaves. I'm gonna trade. It's gonna be great. And then like the gym shut back down, and I was like, come on, because I need the gym too. The gym helps me go to sleep, and yeah. So the gym's open back up next Monday.
Oh, nice. That's good.
I'm gonna keep trying to reset my sleep with the melatonin, and I'm just hoping that I could get into a good sleep schedule.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to wake up at 9. I just want to wake up at 9 and like. Hi, EG.
Oh, nice.
I gotta wake up early, yo. 7:30.
Yeah, Dad, you be sleeping. It's all good. Go sleep.
Yeah, man.
Oh, it's 1 a.m. over there. Yeah.
Man.
Right.
I'll catch you guys
Is
later.
FG passed out? Later, Deji.
Bye, Dej. That was a good talk, man.
Yeah, man.
I think FJ passed out.
Maybe, yeah, probably. He was talking about his messed up sleep too. He's kind of messed up too.
Oh, his sleep is messed up too? What the heck? Why?
He's trying to fix it, but he has something similar to me where he only sleeps like 4 hours and then he gets up and then he stays up, but then he crashes.
So you sleep
Similar.
like twice in a day instead of once?
He's doing that now.
Okay.
If I sleep late enough, like let's say tonight it's 1 o'clock. Yeah, I'll take the melatonin and I'll probably try to go to sleep by 2. And every time I'm hopeful. I'm like, okay, it's 2 o'clock. Let me hope that I wake up at 9. And it's always like 5:30 it comes, and I wake up and I do my water and thing, and ugh.
Oh, sleep. Warren tuned in.
Yeah.
I think FJ fell asleep, and
Yeah.
his stream is live, so
You
I
can't even stop the stream.
can't. I don't know what to do. I'm still watching. Mike's still watching too.
Yeah. Well, do you want to join more?
It'll be like Snoop Dogg, FJ
that's-
Radio.
That's
Damn,
pretty
guy.
sweet that your December was really successful. Congrats.
Yeah, I like the whole goal was no red days in a month, but Dan's out. He's passed out. But I think I had like 3 or 4, but they were like not that bad. But yeah.
Oh, 3 or 4 in December as well?
Oh yeah.
Hey, but still. That's not like if you traded every day.
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic, man. That's like 80%.
Worth.
Something like that. I don't remember the exact percentage, but yeah.
Fantastic, bro. Fantastic.
So wait, FJ actually passed out?
I think so. He was rubbing his eyes and then his video shut off. So maybe he went to go wash his face or he passed out. I don't know.
Best.
I think he passed out.
I mean, I guess
He hasn't come on and say, "Hey, I'm still here, guys." It's like it's
After
nothing.
mentioning
Yeah.
him so many times.
There
What
is
a
nothing.
joker.
What's up, War? How was tutoring?
Oh, you know, physics.
you just finished tutor?
That would have put me at 3.5 hours tonight.
Wow.
I started at 7 and it is now 11.
Damn, dude.
Wow.
Exam time for some of these
How-
kids.
How
Yeah,
is the? Is it the same stuff that we used to do, or is it like more advanced stuff now?
No, it's pretty much the same shit.
Oh,
What do
That's-
you remember of sound waves and stoichiometry?
is that English?
Cool.
I don't know.
yeah.
Stoichiometry does not.
I remember
ring a
bed
bell.
mass.
Yeah. No. Grade 11 chem, grade 12 chem.
I just
Oh,
like,
that's why.
I liked the problems, the trajectory problems. I like those.
Dude, I hated physics. I could never get it. Just
I
the
liked
whole, like,
it.
I'm offended,
velocity
DayDay.
and- Well, I'm sorry because you're an
kidding, I'm
engineer. so
kidding,
it's
I'm
fine,
kidding, I'm
But
kidding.
to me, dude, I'm
Applied math.
I'm a math guy. I don't.
Physics is
Not
math.
even math, just calculation.
That was the reason I liked physics, is because we took everything you learned in math and actually put it to some sort of like worldly use. Like there's actual like applications for it.
It's
Yeah,
also why I like
could-
chemistry.
it's just- Chemistry was
also-
fun because it was like, I don't know. It was more like
Get there.
I'm trying. Hold on. Like, cause you get to like play with fire and stuff, so it's pretty cool. Then,
Oh, you just enjoyed the experience.
yeah,
and stuff.
but physics is like
Titration.
man, I just
So my chemistry teacher in grade 12, he was a bit of a romantic, and he'd always compare chemistry to love, and how like certain substances could only be formed with certain combinations of
elements. So you think of like, you know, wow, fuck, it's one of the best because we, you know, there's like different types of reactions. There's like synthesis, double displacement, single displacement. When he went about like describing that shit, like synthesis, that's when two atoms of, you know, that want to come together. So it's like a girl and a boy meeting each other, they fall in love. And then you had single displacement reactions where it's like, okay, you got this one couple and you have this other element that wants to take the spot of another couple. It's kind of like having a cheating boyfriend kind of thing. And then you have double displacements where you have one compound that composes of like two atoms, another compound with two atoms, and just like they don't like each other anymore, so they break up and they like get together with their best friends and stuff. Like
Wow.
it was some
Shania
deep-
Twain. It's Shania Twain and that's hilarious.
like he had all
That's
these
surprising
comparisons.
you
Like
remember
there's
all
so
that.
many of those like comparisons to just like drama and romance that are just like it's stuck over the decades.
That's really smart.
So I
Because-
bring that to my kids all the time when they like, if you have trouble remembering all these types of reactions, here's a good way to remember. Then you still had things like combustion when you add, you know, heat and oxygen, and then there's the fucked up combustion that's like incomplete. It doesn't produce water and it produces carbon monoxide, so it's like a toxic relationship.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
As you're saying it, I remember
You
hearing
want to do the
these
Kraken one too?
in high school, like all the different reactions. It's so cool.
But yeah, chemistry has always been interesting. It's probably my worst subject of everything I tutor, but today it was fun. It was mostly physics stuff, a little bit of stoichiometry.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's also cool for you to keep that stuff fresh in your head too.
Also, I signed up for Brilliant.
Cool.
Not to like plug any businesses or anything, but
What is that?
brilliant.org. It's just like a math and science kind of it's like a teaching site. Like it helps you develop some logical thinking.
Oh,
Me too.
I don't know how much YouTube you watch, but like a lot of people promote it and plug their own kind of like links for brilliant.org. It's kind of on the same line of like share space where you can learn shit. Brilliant.org is more geared to more math and science.
Nice.
do it if you want.
I only watch like certain types of YouTube.
Yo, what happened to Abba and Preach? They haven't posted in like 2 weeks. Do you know?
That's a good point. They're probably on tour.
These times they would have said something or they'd be posting clips about it. I think something happened with Fresh and Fit and they're just kind of like on, not necessarily a cease and desist, but I get the feeling there must have been some drama that they're not allowed to post for a little bit.
What are you guys talking about?
There's a Canadian YouTubing partnership called Abba and Preach. Like they have a channel, and
Okay.
me and Kyle link them every so often to our chats. They're like they used to be part of the dance scene in Montreal, so like hip hop, dance, pop, and lock kind of underground battle scene, whatever. And then they
Okay.
started a YouTube channel, and like they just talk about shit. They talk shit about everyone. Not necessarily talk shit. They just give their own opinions on stuff.
They're
Okay.
stand-up comedians too, so they
Yes, also
they
that.
try to be humorous, and I mean they're Canadian. I mean French Canadian too, so it's kind of cool.
French, Canadian, Caribbean.
Yeah. Haitian. The one of them's Haitian, and the other
one is African. Is it Moroccan?
Ethiopian.
Oh, it's
He
Ethiopian.
talks about his Ethiopian forehead.
Yeah. They're good shit. But it's weird that they haven't posted in 2 weeks. I'm like, something happened with Fresh and Fit.
I hope Fresh and Fit didn't win.
What's
No,
fresh and fit?
Also YouTubers, but they're kind of like that. I think I'm an alpha male type of people. Like they're the type of people that like, I think they have their own side hustle of like, not only having a podcast, but they also like have these dating programs, and you subscribe to their videos and they
They're like,
teach you how to like become alpha
Pickup-
males kind of deal.
Pickup artist people.
Okay.
Yes, that's a better word for it. They're like pickup artists and they
Teach you
promote
how to-
themselves as such.
Yeah,
That
teach you how
still
to be a
exists. I
pickup
thought that
artist.
was like a phase.
Somebody posted a clip of one of their like sessions, like a minute clip of it, and it's the most cringe shit. He gave one of his lines that he uses every so often. I can't remember. It was super cringy though. In any case,
Like
I see. So they got beef.
there's beef. Yeah, so there's that American duo Fresh and Fit. They had these copyright strikes against Abba and Preach and other channels for using their content on their own channel. Like there's like the whole you can free right, like you have free right to use other people's content as long as you edit it or it's like in snippets, whatever. They're trying to call other channels out, like Aber and Preach, for copyright shit.
And YouTube basically replied to them, Fresh and Fit, and said,
that's fair use.
It's fair use. You have no case. Take these strikes down, or else, we're gonna take action. And so they took the strikes down, and everyone's like, yeah, Aber and Preach won. But now, like, they haven't posted videos, so it's. I wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, has Fresh and Fit posted? I didn't look.
I don't even bother. But what I do like about Abba is he's a bit of a weeb. He watches a ton of anime.
Yes, for sure.
Speaking of anime, have you guys watched Odd Taxi before or heard about it?
Hell yeah.
Oh my god. I am watching it now. It's fucking sick.
It's fantastic.
Oh, it's
Odd
so good.
Taxi?
Odd Taxi. Yo,
it was one of the best of the year. I think it was last year it came out.
It almost feels like I'm watching like a K-drama, but in anime form with animals.
Wow.
It feels
really
too
good.
real. It's so
really
good. Actually, no, I shouldn't say it's so good. It's definitely entertaining.
It's not it's not like a shonen, It's
Definitely not. No.
It's a very. Have you seen Banana Fish?
Is that another anime?
Yeah, it's kind of similar.
Dude,
in that it has like real life issues that you'd see
yeah
going on in the world.
It's definitely got Korean drama vibes to it. It's stripping me out.
Nice.
It's great. Let us know when you're done.
I got caught up trying to watch this one anime where the guy is like a pro wrestler and he's into his final fight, and then out of nowhere he gets summoned into another world to be their hero, but he's just a pro wrestler. And it into the first episode I'm like, fuck, I'm just watching the main character who's pretty much just a furry. Like, he's got a not fetish, but he's got a thing for like animals. Like, he's trying to save all the animals in the world. Then he gets summoned to this world where like there are demi-human animals. So it's like he's in love with these demi-humans trying to save them, but then at the same time he's just a fucking furry.
No, man.
So I stopped that right away.
I would recommend, because what I did was I just looked at like top animes of the year. And one that looked like you wouldn't think anything of it, it's called Osama Ranking, or like the King's Ranking. So Osama is like king.
Yeah.
So it's just called the King's Ranking, and it's probably the surprise best anime of the year.
Interesting.
And it's I think it inched out Odd Taxi.
Okay.
But I would highly recommend that one too.
Yeah, I'm only 10 episodes into Odd Taxi, so.
But that one's just one season. It's only like 25, right?
I have no idea. I'm only into 10.
I can't remember. Yeah, it's a pretty easy watch. I think it's only 25, 26. But it's good because it's done in one season. Osama King's like
ongoing.
It's like you see one season and you're like, oh, it's not done, no. But you just wait for the next one.
Just to feel good about life, I had to rewatch Haikyuu.
Nice.
The whole thing?
Just the last season, like the last match, like the latest one.
Is it done?
With the twins?
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the one with the twins.
Nia twins.
I'm super behind on that.
Totally.
So
yeah,
good.
it's worth. It's worth.
I've watched the whole thing like, God.
I think I just got to the part where he meets the actual little giant.
Oh yeah, you're close, but it's such a feel good.
You mean the one with blue hair?
Yep. Hoishimu,
whatever his name is.
The
guy that was from the original like Pros or whatever the team is. I forget.
Oh wait, what? They never revealed the actual little giant.
Yeah.
Oh, who's the guy with the
blue
what?
hair?
The blue hair is just one
from
of
another
the
school.
One of the nationals. He's one of the best in the country.
I misunderstood
But
that.
but they call him the Little Giant because he's the closest thing to the original Little Giant.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So that's where I got it mixed up then.
He's like taller than Hinata.
A little bit, yes.
By a little bit.
That guy. Yeah, that guy.
That dude is beast. He does everything. Like jump, spike, serves, and he's blocking everyone, and he's it's so good.
That's the guy with the white hair, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like blue hair.
Blue hair?
Blue or white, whatever.
And it looks like seaweed.
Yeah.
It's really strange looking hair. Like and his eyes look like a fish.
The human Sonic the Hedgehog but plays volleyball.
Yes.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
Yeah, but that's pretty far.
Yeah, I'm off mic.
Oh hey.
Oh, he's back.
I'm gonna finish up the stream, but you guys can continue. But anyway,
yeah,
GG. I remember
I
fall asleep around 10 p.m. So it's like, whoa. I
This
guess
is a good
Deji
time
also
to
passed out
sleep.
too.
Yeah, he started.
Yeah, he gone.
Yeah, I saw him dozing off too. All right, thanks guys. Yeah, we'll see. I won't be here for the next 2 weeks, so 3 weeks from now it'll be 51. Yeah, probably not.
It's too mobile.
All right, thanks guys.
Later.
Happy 50. Peace. Thanks for watching. There we go. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Watch out.